Oh, my goodness. Is that OG? No, I'm just kidding. Those guys just played a great game, but we're back now. They get a little bit of a break. We do not. It's BSJ. It's Kyle. It's me. I'm not even going to say my name. Grant, thank you very much. I actually forgot it, Kyle. That's why I didn't want to say it. And guess what? We already have a draft going, so we should probably just hop right into it. It is going to be Chaos Esports going against Mineski. And if you didn't know, Chaos Esports is struggling a little bit. They're currently, I believe they only have 1 point. They're 1-5. Meanwhile, Mineski 3-3 with 3 points. 2-0'd their regional opponent in TNC and took a game off Liquid. So we'll see. Nico Baby has been looking pretty good. He's been playing a lot of Life Stealer, so we'll see if that continues to be the case. And we already see some bans. Obviously, this is going to be a lot different game than we just watched. You're not going to see anyone like OG, probably.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest problem I had with Chaos Esports when we watched them yesterday was it felt like none of their 3 core players were
good. Making space.
Good is not the word.
That's what you said earlier. I was just trying to clarify.
I feel like they basically don't have the guy that's supposed to do stuff.
Yeah, dude, we talked about that all even before the tournament, I think.
Whoa.
Because Keizu, traditionally, the sacrificial offlaner, the Beastmaster, Tide, Enigma player, right? VT faded, superstar mid player, very greedy. Matumba man, traditionally, Necros, lone druid.
You know what he's going to do.
Not your playmaker.
Yep.
And you need one. You can't really be reliant on supports nowadays either, I feel. The best teams seem to always have the core that's willing and able to make the plays.
Yep.
Absolutely.
We've already got a Mineski. This is a very different one. Witch Doctor, which we've seen not too successful yesterday, and a Pangolier, which we haven't seen at all, right? At least we haven't casted one. And
yeah,
that's
this
just
is
a
peculiar
far different
to me.
opening.
I mean, I like the Pangolier against ET in theory just because you have a hero that ET makes it really hard to go in, I guess, if you're not BKB'd, just in general. The damage amp as well as the fact that he has so much AoE control. And Pangolier obviously just does that, so I can see in game plan why that would be good. But the Witch Doctor must just be a comfort zone pick, or maybe a counter pick to certain offlaners. Like maybe you're trying to shut down these strength offlaners. I'm not quite sure exactly why.
It's just Ninja Boogie. He's like, whatever, I'm just picking my hero first. They can do whatever the hell they want after that. And man, I remember last year, Moon was actually one of the most praised middle players that really didn't get a lot of attention. I know I remember talking to Sumail during their boot camp, and Sumail's like, I was like, yo, who do you actually like playing against middle? Who do you like? He's like, I like being challenged. I love Moon. And I was like, okay, I'll have to watch him more. This guy, I think he's underrated.
You know what? I think Sumail only respects mids that play to win the lane.
Instead
it's why I always
not
think
playing to lose.
No one's good too, right? Because no one he's not gonna out CS you and get lane control on his hill. Like S4 used to back in the day. He's like, no, I'm going to kill you.
Yeah.
I'm going to play on your hill. I'm going to hit you. I'm going to dive the tower. And that's how Sumail likes to play as well. So very volatile, high risk, but when it works out real well.
And Nico Baby, a lot of people don't really know about him coming over from Europe and making it to TI. It's crazy. It just takes one good run through those qualifiers, and your life changes. Lifestealer does actually get banned out by Chaos. They are not giving Nico Baby his comfort hero.
Well, if they you talked about earlier, they let Fear have Gyro in TI5 because they know the beast or whatever, they know what they're playing against. If they haven't proven they can win with something else, then that's when I like to ban people's signature hero. So maybe if you said he's been picking it a lot, if Mineski's success has kind of been in the medium range, then force them to beat you with something they haven't been winning with.
Yeah. There's a Void ban down. We're going to get one more ban before we get into the juicy picks.
I love second. This is my favorite part.
The ban into
the pick, yeah.
Yes, on the third one.
After they changed captain's mode, I think it was
a year ago.
Almost, it was right after TI, right?
I believe so.
It made second pick better, in my opinion. It made second pick better than first, this change. Because you get this scenario, and then you get last pick as well.
Whoa. There's an axe, so we're going to... I was going to assume that.
It's the perfect raging potato hero. He has no chill, and Pango is played best with no chill.
I agree.
That means you do have this axe now, so this axe, right, by picking this, you deny a lot of the other carries. Say they do want to go Slark. You never want to pick a Slark into an axe, right?
Yeah, it does deny pick a lot of stuff, but there's also a lot of heroes that I feel kind of free farm against Axe, Pango.
Yeah.
So they kind of have their pick of the lot.
Where's Leshrac in these games, man? That hero is so good. I think that's the perfect 4th pick for Chaos here. You can even take it 3rd, but like Lesh just absolutely shreds Pango Axe. I know it's annoying you can get Blade Meld, but especially with an ET, like those 2 heroes will do enough damage to win you a fight.
Yeah, we've been seeing a pretty good amount of Lesh, and like I saw LGD picking it a lot. Maybe he's been playing it almost every game that they have it. I don't know. Leshrac's just he's such a TI hero, isn't he? He kind of just does everything in the game, and I feel like he's one of those heroes that always rotates back into the meta. Same with Gyro.
Yeah,
by
but
the way.
Against Axe, I hate Gyro against Axe.
Yeah, it is annoying. It's a good lane, meaning like he's pretty much gonna free farm, but the minute he gets Blade Mail on Axe, you kind of kill yourself with a Rocket Barrage. And by kind of, I mean you kill yourself.
You also are a very BKB reliant core, and Axe doesn't care. He'll taunt your BKB and sad days.
Dude, I'm still not in. Even when I see Gyro win without IO, I'm just not a fan of that hero.
Unrelated. You guys all know you can target Witch Doctor ult, right?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
You have to click it separately.
Yeah,
and then,
yeah. I never knew that up until like a month ago, and I felt really
dumb. Yeah, I probably would.
I always feel really dumb, but more
this
so
one,
than
it took you over the line.
Yeah, this one crossed
You
the
just,
whole
you just started
okay.
drooling, yeah.
Like,
And there's a Weaver.
Pretty good against Gyro in like the past. I'd say it's gone down a little bit because the missile hits invis now. But I feel like if he builds a Lincoln so far, he's pretty much got like a free game on Weaver.
It's really good against ET too. You just need to avoid the stomp, and ET's also very susceptible to high reach enemy carries. With a 4 like Pango as well, it'd be very easy for them to just boom divide into the back lines.
And they've already banned the Void, which is like one of the best carries in the game versus Weaver.
Is
there any like this could be a mid gyro, right? Like we've seen like Newbie ran mid gyro.
Yeah, Newbie did. I believe EG did. Maybe it's an NA thing. I don't know. We've seen more. That kind of. I love the Veil Gyro, by the way. Only certain teams are doing it, but.
Okay, Rubik obviously one of the best heroes against the Weaver, so that's going to be a 4 Rubik, 3 Sand King, 5 ET, and then
Misery
Gyro's
loves
a
that
flex.
hero, so.
You need a carry now. You need the Matumba Man hero, right? Or is it the Matumba Gyro, you think?
Dude,
I mean, it seems like a Matumba type hero to be playing the Gyro.
Go the rocket build, just do your thing.
But you could also just go something like Death Prophet,
Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot. DP Gyro is one of my favorite combos. You've already got enough lockdown. The silence is so value against Mineski, and you'd really love to have a Yules against an Axe.
Yeah, honestly, that was all the reasons why I thought Death Prophet was good. So I'm glad we're mind melding over the course of this cast. Kyle.
I've got a question. Isn't this Pango Axe on Mineski? I mean, you kind of talked about it already, BSG. Isn't that like a super kind of weak lane? Do you have to do like Axe pulling creep shenanigans? Just Pango,
What? There is no such thing as a weak offlane nowadays, because you have effectively 2 offlaners that are adept at pulling creep waves. So
you just, even though you can't kill and farm by yourself, you just pull stuff.
Yeah, worst case scenario, you're going to get what you want, but the carry is going to free farm.
But one of those heroes isn't going to get farm if you do that pulling strategy, right? Or
they both end up okay. Like worst case scenario, what I've seen is that the hero trying to pull gets chased by both supports and dies, but that means the offlaner is in the lane getting CS.
Yeah.
So sure, maybe the supports game gets hurt, but there's 2 supports following you.
Yeah.
They get like 100 gold each for the kill. It's not a big deal.
So they banned the DK, which kind of fits like a similar
that's a great ban.
description of the role in the game to the Death Prophet that we were talking about. It's also an instant stun against like a Weaver instead of the silence.
Yeah, I think Mineski have identified the hero archetype Chaos would beat them with. I just hope that Chaos has as well, because knowing them, I would be scared if they go now in for like a hard carry for VT Faded or something. I think they want to be able to play fast in this draft. You don't want to be on the back foot against Mineski.
Yeah, the type of heroes I like to pick against Axe are the ones that end up like free farming but also never die. These like Sven type heroes, like you don't care if you get called on like a Sven, but they go for the Gyro, which if you leave it as the carry will be susceptible. But like you said, if you can set this pace of the game where you don't have the blink blade mail yet.
Ooh, what about Bloodseeker? Bloodseeker like
Pango
absolutely destroys Pango Weaver.
we saw it actually banned last.
Really good with Gyro too. You just pop Flak with Blood Rage and kill everything.
Let's see it. Let's see it, Kyle. They've only got about 40 seconds here, 10 in reserve.
It is very weak against Axe in theory because of, again, the Blink Blade Mail. But it's just cool. It's really cool here, and you already have a ton of disables.
Yeah, I used to hate when Bloodseeker was OP. I hated playing him against Axe, but it's not unplayable. It's just like you can't really commit yourself, which is fine if you have like the other heroes to do it. The Rupture is super powerful here, but I personally would prefer just some tower put damage. Like I think that's an easier way to play.
Let's see.
Yeah. Okay.
Death Prophet, you guys talked about that earlier.
Yeah, the Death Prophet just made too much sense, I think.
It's ideal. Like Bloodseeker's cute. It's got cool matchups, but this is certainly like this is what the draft needs to find that like balance.
Yeah. It's also like a nice 9th pick mid. Like
Yeah.
it's hard to pick something that just destroys Death Prophet. Now, how crazy would a sniper be?
That wouldn't be very crazy at all. However, it can be annoying to play that against Rubik. But knowing Mineski, that does seem relatively likely. That's one of Moon's favorites.
Why is it really good against DP middle or?
It's just when
Yeah.
their only gap close is a blink. And then like so if you are able to create distance after the initial blink, sniper's like super good. And they have these heroes that naturally create chaos and go into the fight.
Yeah.
And they go Lina. That's like a pretty standard counter to Death Prophet with the magical damage burst. Death Prophet does have no saves. That is the one thing. They have like a lot of counter initiation, but generally Death Prophet's paired with like an Oracle or like a Shadow Demon, something like that. Dazzle.
Yep, I think it's a really good point. In fact, I like the Lina pick for that reason because
They don't have a save.
Correct. So
Okay.
now you know for a fact we are going to be able to find the initiation most likely later on in the game, thanks to our Axe, thanks to our Pango, and Moon will be able to provide that huge burst. Because DP Gyro, like you want to kill these heroes before they get their rounds of spells off. Specifically DP, because if she survives to get like the Drain, Yules Up, or BKB, suddenly your fight's over.
Yeah.
And this makes a lot of sense. It's similar to the Sniper even in a way. It's a mixed damage, high range core, strong laner, and it'll scale and ramp up. Not like super fast, but like you can be confident that it's never going to fall off.
So are we looking at a pretty quick game here? Both teams actually want to play reasonably quick. Seems like you got a Gyro DP on one side, or is that team fine going a little bit later?
I think Gyro DP's like their lineup scales. Like ET is
Yeah.
a naturally scaling support. Rubik scales really well this game. I think like you're gonna have this critical mass threshold where like Lina and Sweaver are gonna be really elusive with like BKBs and hard to bring down because you don't have like too many ways to jump on top of them. And then their BKBs are gonna like start fading, and the Gyro DP like actually outscales that. So I feel like the mid game is where Mineski needs to really take command of the map and like take Roche and like basically just force mid-game fights around the low cooldowns they have compared to the high cooldowns.
Whenever you're playing the draft that's less durable, you need to be the ones on the taking initiative because you don't have that same safety playing all lanes like heroes like DP, like Gyro have, even Sand King.
So I've got this Pangolier, Orb of Venom first. Is that?
That's
it is-
incredibly standard on position 4.
I just haven't seen. I just
Pango.
haven't seen Pango much lately, besides in the offlane.
Yeah, it's actually happens a decent amount in NA pubs. The position 4 Pango. It's just a lot of damage on your swashbuckle, and it actually synergizes really well with your lucky shot. So.
All right. Well, we do have 3 heroes by Radiant bottom. Go on, Kyle. Sorry.
Nothing.
Well,
Hello.
is anyone? All right.
Yeah, you're not gonna
See ya.
level lift for that.
It's funny, right? Because you would get the first blood probably if you leveled it there, but then your lane gets so much worse without Fade Bolt.
No.
Why don't you just skill Fade Bolt here?
Yeah, why
You
don't
know?
you just like?
Why not just
why
kill?
not
Just don't risk it, man. It's not. Maybe you'll cliff someone. I don't know where,
Yeah.
but I feel like you never want to risk like not skilling Fade Bolt.
What was the hero? I remember telling my teammates to just level up the one skill so you wouldn't be tempted to get.
Was it an Enigma maybe?
I think, yeah, it was Enigma. Always just level your W because there's going to be a scenario maybe you think about stun and you don't ever want that to happen.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to see Bounty Runes getting picked up 3 actually from Mineski right there. Even though it looked like Chaos might have got first blood in the 2 bottom runes, Mineski will end up getting it. Well, we will see KP Raging Potato will be laning bottom. It's not a tri-lane. Milan will head top, and Rubik plus Sand King. It's a strong lane. Middle, it will be Moon. I'm always down to watch some middle going on. Lina going up against Death Prophet. Already 1-1 for Moon here. Sentry Wards. Uh-oh, who's going to counter? Who's here? Ninja Boogie. Actually, they placed theirs first. but they end up getting the kill on KheZu's, and that hurts. You do have another sentry, and there we go. Milan will end up finding it.
But he has another sentry.
This one, it almost feels like you don't even need to counter this one because it's so far out of the way, right?
Yeah, but you like need your own sentry against the
Okay.
Sand King.
And you kind of wanted in that area, so. Oh, they will just continue to farm. Meanwhile, bottom. Miz already taking a lot of damage. Battle Hunger first on the axe.
It's doubly important as well just up top because the Weaver is... It's terrible playing your lane into a sentry. You just get auto-attack through it. You're so low HP.
Low armor, too.
Man, Misery, he's taking a lot of damage. Gotta watch out for this swashbuckle. Does move pretty quickly. Doesn't look like anything too crazy is gonna happen here. Oh, they are gonna fight each other. Let's see who wins this. Raging Potato, he seems to be winning it right now. Needs to possibly dodge the swashbuckle, and he does. Goes around this one little tree right there. And, well, they're taking a decent amount of damage. KP's taking damage, but so is Misery up top. That means KheZu's just sitting in Viz here.
Yeah, so far so good for Mineski, though.
Yep. And it looks like neither of the sentries will reach each other.
Ooh, can we check out that mid lane?
I would love to. 10-4 currently versus 4-2. And Moon, we talked about a little, maybe underrated. He is going beast mode right now.
This is a relatively even matchup. Certainly Lina favored later. Like, at level 3, Lina starts to become more favored, I feel, but he's owning those first two
And look at this. You get in bottle. He already has his bottle, by the way. Bottled regen rune at 2. Sometimes you talk about DDs being good on a Lina. Yeah. A regen, holy smokes.
Yeah, the only hero that might be better with a 2-minute regen bottle is Zeus, but this is terrifying for your mid matchup.
Yep. You just spam all the way down. He doesn't mind tanking tower hits even now. And he's having a good time. 13,
and he's
6,
got
10,
lane
3.
control now. Oh, it's so well played by Moon. You can't really win this matchup by playing super aggressive until later levels, but if you can keep lane control like he has, he can just start zoning out DP from his zone wave.
So far, Elder Titan, he's been struggling a little bit. Is level 2.5, so getting good experience. But as you see, KP just pulling a creep wave. And we've seen some teams actually block their own camp here, but they decide not to. And he'll just continue to farm. Nothing crazy going on. Milan, as well as KheZu, still top. Nico, maybe level 3.5, though. It feels like Mineski's just getting a little bit more out of this laning phase right now.
I'm just watching this mid lane. Moon's just like putting on a clinic.
He hasn't even used the regen yet.
He's forced to two salves actually already as well.
Just throws the stun out.
Man.
It's scary. There goes the salve and look. Oh, missed the deny though. Uphill, and there goes the regen rune.
He just applies pressure on every single CS for Mataba Man, and since he has this regen, he's able to throw out more spells than he normally would be allowed to.
Let's see what he does here. Mataba Man, he's just hiding. He's like, I'm not going to get spammed out right here, but he still gets hit.
The regen rune's still going too.
Yeah.
Another salve. So like you're already up by 9 CS, and then the salve.
You're up by 800 gold already in net worth. I'll switch back. You know, I'll remember. Don't worry, guys.
The drain.
Doesn't matter.
Oh god.
Sorry, I'm looking top. We don't need to watch the beat down too much over here. Raging Potato does pick up that invis. Misery here. I think they saw it.
They do, but it still means that mid's going to receive pressure.
Yep. They do have a sentry ward on Misery if he really wants to try to set something up, but it's just too hard with a level 2 Elder Titan.
Yep, and bottom lane, KP's free farming. In fact, he's ahead of the gyro because of that camp that wasn't blocked, and this is miserable.
Yeah, we're watching the walk of shame. I feel bad, but you gotta show it sometimes. It does not feel good. Not the Omega walk of shame where, you know, you already died. But look at this. KheZu is actually getting rotated on by Raging Potato, who's in Viz. Let's see if he gets any procs. Not quite yet. He does as Sandstorm. No sentry wards on Raging Potato. He's just gonna sit here. He doesn't care. He's like, you're the one wasting time. I'm not a core. Milan will be here now, though. It is going to be the bounty runes. KheZu does scoop it up. He does get one proc on the disarm. Here comes Nico, baby. Nice throwback by Milan. Actually, probably saves KheZu there. Both bounties do get picked up, so
KP's level 6, by the way, at 5 minutes into the game.
Yep, and you see he's still doing it, just pulling it over to this small camp.
Yeah, he flew himself like 3 salves, which was kind of cool. So, like, now that you can't do the double stout, you obviously take way more damage. He's going double bracer.
Yeah, I was about to ask. Do you like that instead of, like, phase
gyro
boots?
Against gyro, ET, Sand King. I mean, yeah, that's pretty much all their damage other than Death Prophet Ultimate.
Ooh, Death Prophet, my bad, is getting killed in the middle. Wow, they turn it around on Moon barely because of Misery. But look who's here. Raging Potato comes in for the kill. Well, a 1-for-1 trade, but a much-needed kill. That's a lot of gold. 549 for Misery. Fortunately, the Death Prophet didn't pick it up, so...
Gold on an ET is unfortunately just not...
You like it, but it's not like a game changer. Not like a DP possibly getting phase boots or something. There's an Arcane Rune he'll scoop up as well. So they will control the runes.
I feel like this axe set's like pretty pay to win. Like if I'm like trying to lane and I just see a naked man with some golden scary mask on.
You're just out of there. You're like, I'm going to the jungle myself.
Yeah, like screw this, you know? Like this is intimidating as all hell. Like look at this naked guy running around. Seb had the same thing. It's proof clearly that
it's a good set.
Yeah, yep.
It's also like if you ever like accosted in the street, right? That's the secret. You know, nobody's afraid of the tough guy. Yeah, but the crazy guy that takes his pants off, you just run the hell away.
Yeah, exactly.
True. Oh, KP, he's ready to go.
Oh, that forward to enable the battle hunger.
Oh, and look at that. KP, he just avoids the ulti, the double bracer. He has 1,300 life at 7 minutes in.
They're just going to let the catapult die, so they weren't all in committed to the catapult surviving.
Yeah. They know. They're eventually going to get this tower. Maybe you don't need it. Misery is level 3, almost level 4. Buys boots and a ward.
He's actually so farmed on KP. Love #1 net worth in the game.
I love this because he's got how many points in Battle Hunger? 2?
He's got 1 so far, but now we'll see whether or not he decides to max the. Well, I feel like when you go phase boot, you're more likely to max Battle Hunger, right?
Yeah. The decision, I would agree. That's what I was figuring, but I think he might be thinking about whether or not he wants to rush Blink. But I love the phase boots here because you're playing with the Weaver, you're playing with the Lina, these super high move speed heroes. You don't need to like Blink initiate early game. Just run at people. Like there's no escape mechanisms on these Chaos heroes.
Well,
he is going phase. I like it.
He's flying him out this. Well, not yet. Moon's like, you know I'm the middle player, right? I'll be taking that. Looks like he's just flying over some blades of attack. There is a javelin up on the Pango now, on the chicken.
Mid players drive me insane. There's one time I had like a full Midas coming, and he's got a mana pot. He's like, dude, I need this. I need this. It's my efficiency. I'm like, dog.
But you let him have it, right?
Of course, you have to.
You have to. Or
otherwise, you're going to run down mid. This is NA Dota, okay?
It is. Even in pro games, you're like, yo, be cool, be cool. I'm sorry, that's on me. And there it is. Phase boots, double bracer. This axe, already 11 armor, 1,400 life. Going to be tough. They're winning by less than 1,000, though. Chaos, they do have farm on this Gyro, who is 3rd on the CS, or on the net worth charts.
I think that this definitely favors Mineski just because their draft wants to be the one playing aggressive. And they're going to be able to do it. Like it's going to hit like this 10-minute bounty rune mark. I feel like Mineski's going to rotate and then consistently play aggro for the rest of this game. I look for Nico Baby specifically to get involved. He's one of the more aggressive carries so far in the tournament.
He's got the Dragonlance queued up.
I like it a lot. I like the bottle too because you're already going to be playing around the bounty runes, and this just further incentivizes you to control those objectives.
Where do you want to see this first DP ult used? Do you just want to see him sit middle, maybe if he sees no heroes push, or should he go to another lane, maybe?
I think you bring maybe the Gyro mid and just collapse on mid tower, or you can take the DP top. But it's tough because, like, how do you really pressure or find a kill on a Weaver?
Yeah, unless you get the nice stun by Saiyan King. And, well, there's going to be a Veil. Kezu, no boots, but he does have that Veil. Will stun him under. There will be dust used, and see you later, Ninja Boogie.
Veil before boot? Like, is that...
I've seen it.
I think because he hasn't left the lane, right?
That's true.
He hasn't really. He
You're
hasn't
against
died
Weaver
either.
too. A lot of physical damage, so the armor HP regen pretty nice.
Over here, will the stomp hit? It will end up hitting. You get this kill on Axe, though. You're getting a lot of gold. Let's see what happens. He can't even get the call off, and there will be a bracer. The stun will get whiffed by Moon. Oh my goodness, Misery gets blown up. Guess who rotated bottom? It is going to be Matumba, man. KP is going to go down here. Who's getting the kill? It's VT Faded. That's going to be a lot of gold going his way. There will be another stun up. Raging Potatoes here as well, and will get that kill on Matumba, man. They're still chasing for more. Moon, though, there's a stun up. Ninja Boogie actually hits him with a salve for himself. Has a bottle now, so he has some charges. VT Fade is going to go down, and you said it. Nico, baby, he has a bottle as well, and they're all going to get their mana. Milan just going to go down. Here comes the roll. Whoa, goes uphill. Rolling back around. Moon gets the kill, and that fight, it looked decent for Chaos, but then you bring the 5 heroes, and...
You can't... Sorry, like, Kazu's top with... He had just finished his boots. He's got... this is my problem with Chaos. This is why they're 1-5. OG, how many heroes are bottom? 5.
All 5.
All 5.
Mineski even. That was all 5 by them.
You've got everyone there in that fight for Chaos, except for, like, the most important. Your off laner, your core with the stun. you lose both cores now, and Nico baby, man, good rotate, but you've got to expect that. You really have to expect that when you're playing against Weaver.
Full Dragon Lance and another Wraith Band. He is going to be tanky and do a decent amount of damage pretty early. And this Chaos, now you don't have that DP ulti for another minute plus 10 seconds, and how do you apply pressure on the map without it? It feels hard.
Yeah, like I said, though, they lack this. There's going to be this point in the game where Lina's really hard to kill. Like, I don't know how to word it, but, like, eventually you'll have the damage and gap close to burst her and threaten her and make her game hard to play. But as of right now, Lina's just a powerhouse, and it's going to continue being that way for a long time, honestly. Maybe, like, the next 15, 20 minutes.
Let's see. Stomp will miss. Going to go for the TP, and will make it out. Yes. Misery's like, let's hit the tower, though. Let's go. We got to get some damage. You don't have your ghost, please. We need to alleviate something somewhere on the map. It is still only a 1,000 gold lead, but this Axe, 1,000 away from Blink now, defending top.
It just, even though KP and KZU have done like the same thing in the game, it's the gravity. Like KP is playing aggressive. He's behind the tower. He's farming jungle camps. KZU, he's farming waves. He's accelerating his game, but he hasn't been involved.
Another double damage rate on Lina.
It's scary. Especially when you go to this 4-1-4 build that we almost always see now. You're pumping out a lot of right-click damage, as you said, Kyle. It's the mixed damage. So good.
Yeah, Weaver is doing a good, Rubik Milan here is doing a good job of defending his own tier 1 tower safely, and with the Weaver Sakuchi, makes him very hard to kill, very elusive.
We've seen 2 dust wasted just trying to kill him, so they're using gold, but
Dude,
middle
Moon's
lane.
just hitting mid tower.
He's just
It's
taking it
dead.
double damage free. That's like a pretty...
Pardon me. Kezu actually goes down, and that's the one guy I don't think you want dying, because he's the one pretty much getting all the farm here.
He's lost mid tower.
Look at where he is. Like, how is this? Where is Chaos on the map? How is KZU dead alone top, mid tower dead alone mid? Where's the team?
Like, Rubik is single-handedly
DP ult up.
defending bottom. Where is everyone else, actually?
But that's the problem, right? Why Rubik with Scoochie, isn't he the one you want to have making plays right now? Isn't that a super huge power spike? Instead, we have ET involved. Like, you gotta swap this up a bit. Milan's gotta get active. KZU's gotta get active. And instead, both of the playmakers are currently heading to the most safe and useless lane on the map.
Whatever happened to the dead lane? Like, why did the phrase go away?
I mean,
People just didn't like it?
people just memed on it too hard, so I just stopped talking about it. Well, the thing is, it's like a really complicated subject.
Yeah,
that
because there's like 2 different definitions to dead lane, and people got sick of trying to explain it, and then all of a sudden everything was a dead lane, and it's just like, all right, we need to find new
it got
words.
overused, yeah, basically. The concept applies where you can only really play 2 out of 3 lanes. That's like the main idea. Eventually, at some point in the game, you can't show on all 3 lanes and feel comfortable doing it. And, like, the point is, if you're putting heroes in your bottom lane, the reason why it's quote-unquote a dead lane is not because it's dangerous all the time, but because it's a lane that you're not doing anything.
Yeah.
Right? And that's what Kyle's saying, is their playmakers are playing bottom, and if you're playing at your own tier 1 tower bottom, you're not making moves. You're not taking objectives. You're not applying pressure.
Yep.
You're just defending a tower, which is fine
You want,
sometimes.
like, Elder Titan bottom in a perfect world. You want a hero that if it dies, whatever. If
You
it
usually
gets some
want the
farm,
weakest
cool.
possible hero to be
exactly.
there, yeah.
The weakest possible. And that way, the Rubik Sand King could be together in the enemy jungle. Instead, now
it's
you
a
have...
Rubik Elder Titan.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And here we go, bottom. Kezu. Do we have any detection? Doesn't look like it.
Yeah, it's weird, because you have the Sand King doing exactly what ET could be doing. That's what we're talking about here.
Middle lane. Misery is getting hit up by this ward.
And imagine if that's a Sand King, not an ET.
And that's a stolen ward, though. KP should go down here.
Dead.
Will. It's going to be a 1-for-1. Ghost Squad. Do you really want to TP in this? Yeah, you do. Do you have enough burst damage? Let's see. You sure as hell do. Instantly brought down Pango plus Arcane Lina.
2 exorcisms, 2 death prophets.
This is gonna look at that move speed too. Gonna try to steal. He steals Laguna actually.
Doesn't
have the mana. Oh. And will just get brought down. Moon is going insane right now. They're chasing for more. Will be VT Fate actually getting Ninja Boogie. Bounty Rune.
So, Kyle, why do they feel comfortable chasing up that hill?
Because Sand King's showing bottom.
It's actually such a big deal.
Kyle is indeed losing it right now, if you were wondering.
Yeah, it is a big deal. Like, it's something that it really does irk me when I have, like, my playmakers.
He can farm Blink in a lane.
Yeah.
I don't care, but go top.
Yeah, farm
go
at top. So that's where the action's going to happen.
No Radiant hero is in top. They have a ward on the shrine.
Play around it. Play around your vision.
Here we go. They get the blink call, and this is looking to be a kill. KheZu is in a little bit of trouble. Misery is here to help save it. Oh, Nico Baby may be in trouble, and they'll just both back out.
He's going to fuse on Weaver, so this is kind of a throwback build.
And whoa, it's going to be the Battle Hunger. They actually get a lift. KP could be in a little bit of trouble. Hasn't used his call yet. There's going to be a roll through by Raging Potato. Misery, maybe the first one to die. Moon, another Laguna Blade because that Arcane Rune. See you later, VT Faded. Gyro goes there. And call, and this is about to be a wipe. There goes another, and it's a 5-for-0 wipe.
And
KP the God.
Why is there a fight going on bottom, Kyle?
Because Sankin got initiated on BSJ, so the Radiant team had to rotate to the bottom lane. And you know why the entire Mineski lineup went to the bottom lane? Because they can kill a tower there.
And there's a Sand King to kill there, too.
And now they're going to get a tier 2.
It is actually one player that is pulling his entire team to the...
If that exact scenario happens top, you don't lose 2 towers.
Yeah. Worst case scenario, you do lose the fight still, but you don't lose 2 towers.
You're giving Mineski the option of forcing fights, and we got replays, baby. Hang on.
Where's the axe at? That's the axe. You see him. He's in the back, and boom, 4-man into all of them. It's just, they're playing well. And look at this middle lane. They might find another one. Misery.
Yeah, the emphasis I'm making is that if you're a playmaker, no matter where you're playing, whether it's right or wrong, you will naturally pull your team to you at some point.
Yeah.
And if you're not supposed to take fights bottom and you're a playmaker bottom, your team's going to go at some point. It took them 4 minutes or whatever.
It's a great example also of these little things, decisions that sort of lead to unforeseen consequences that, that the 4-man axe call is solely because there is a Sand King bottom instead of top.
Yeah.
Great play, though. Sick by KP, and I'm glad he's back on his signature heroes, man.
Yes, I agree.
He's been playing sick the whole way, the efficiency as well as the teamfight play.
His axe, his Slardar, his Tide. I mean, this guy, he was second at Ti9.
Yeah, pretty good.
Definitely underrated too, because for some reason, he's never in the list of anybody's even top 10 offlaners.
Yeah.
And I feel like he's been pretty consistent the whole year. Really good bloke too.
Forced to do a lot of the interviews for his old team.
Channeling an Epicenter top lane. They're going on the Lina.
Will they be able to find Moon? Moon still has the Yules up. Doesn't want to use it quite yet. There's going to be Ninja Boogie. The stun's bouncing between them. Are they maledicted? Moon actually dodges every single spell. And here come the bugs. Nico Baby's up here, and they're going to get a Laguna. VT Faded drops. KheZu's in a lot of trouble. Is he just dead to Maldic? Sure as hell is. Misery trying to run, and KP chasing after him. Mineski feels like they're just running the entire game down right now.
Yeah. When you struggle that hard to kill a Lina, that is rough.
Dude, I love it. He waits to Yules, the rocket, the
really
Elder
good
Titan
patience.
split.
Really good patience.
Look at the spike. Diffusal BKB. Naming the game right now feels like it's pace, it's tempo, it's speed. And Mineski, people, I'd say this so far, surprised in the tournament. It's really just because of how fast they've been playing.
Yep. And look at this. KP is in a little bit of trouble, maybe. Yules into the air, try to get slowed down. Still have the ulti, my bad. Moon actually kills Milan. Seems there's 2 fights going on, but Man might just die here. He is. He's gone.
Dude, this game's in the books.
It's not looking good. That's for damn sure. No buyback.
And that was, once again, that was a fight where KheZu was the center of attention. And again, Mineski is there, faster. You had the Rubik and the Death Prophet rotating through the river. They had smoked. But the fight was taken 15 seconds early, and once again, it's Mineski with the numbers advantage, taking now another kill and another objective.
The way the information game in Dota works is Mineski knows to make a play they need Sand King. So Mineski knows if they bring enough heroes to the Sand King, there's no way that a play can be made by Chaos that's good. Do you know what I mean? If they're going to make a play without the Sand King, it's not going to be good. So if they're going to make a play to Sand King, that's the only option they have. So let's just bring 4 heroes to the Sand King and kill him, or at least overrun them.
This
Get
could be
ready.
big, though.
We got
First time to BKB. They will not know this is here yet.
Epicenter is up in 6, so they are looking to make. Yeah.
And Mineski, they're out of here. They're like, something's up, or are they?
Meanwhile, Lina was just pushing in bottom lane, going for the Desolator. I like that. That's fascinating.
Look at the warding. Look at the vision game from Mineski.
Here we go. They actually find one. It will be the call. Whoa, pardon me. There's the shop. And no, Raging Potato, actually, he doesn't realize you can run to the shop. He won't stun BT Faded before the BKB comes out. He is just doing a lot of damage spread out everywhere, but he will get the kill on KP. The flat cannon actually hits him from afar. There will be a stun. They find Moon. Moon is BKB is getting a pop. Laguna. Easy kill onto KheZu. There goes Milan as well. One more. No, gets his own Yules up. Moon is a little bit low, but they get the kill. Man does get a double kill. He is Spirit Vessel, though. Moon needs to run out of there and will. A lot of move speed, but Raging Potato, he's still here, has a Spirit Vessel. They throw it down. Look at that damage. There's going to be a rocket. Man, he wants to get the kill before he dies. Won't happen. The potato is doing work. He's like, I'm coming for this kill. Nico baby gets it.
Dude.
And that didn't look like the worst fight for Chaos, but I mean, you're already down 10K. That felt like you kind of just lost that.
Just came off cooldown.
Yep.
Yeah. No ulti, no items.
This is the first game I've seen Mineski play, but this is
it?
not a fluke, I don't think. I'm not sure whether or not they're going to win this tournament, but they're definitely above what their power ranking stated coming into this. I saw a lot of people putting them bottom 2, bottom 3.
4 for sure.
Yeah, like, you can sort of feel like a team that's got chemistry, right?
Oh,
like
yeah.
Moon's playing like better than I've seen him all year, but it's partially, I think, just because of the confidence that this whole squad is playing with. He has faith in his teammates, which makes it a hell of a lot easier to play good Dota.
A lot of these little things we're like harping on from Chaos. It takes the proper punishment.
Yeah.
From Mineski. They're cleanly like just ripping them apart. They are just like, tearing them to shreds little bit by little bit. Like every fight engagement's just slightly in their favor. It hasn't been one major thing this entire game. Like, yeah, there was the team-wide bottom, but that was kind of like a long time coming based on how they were like playing the map and everything.
And Nico baby playing the carry. He only has 1 kill, but he has 14 assists and 0 deaths. He
had 140 last hits, 14 denies, and 14 assists.
Damn.
Just all the 14s, man.
I love him.
You gotta love when that
What's
lines
14
over.
squared? BSJ?
156.
7. That's a prime number, so it couldn't.
196, sorry.
It's okay. What's your guys' favorite? You have a lucky number. Are you guys 7s or 13s? I hear a lot of those.
Mine was 17, so I guess I'm kind of.
Why was it lucky?
I
Just
can't talk about it on stream because I can't actually talk about it.
What?
I'll tell you later why I can't talk about it.
Kyle,
It's actually a legit reason.
What about you, Kyle? You seem like a 9.
I always like the number 13.
Okay. Just because other people like it?
Because people are dumb. They're like, there's a lot of hotels that don't have a
Yeah,
floor
13th floor, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
It's
this
like-
double damage, pardon me, sorry. With
I
the
don't know.
death, so he's got it.
I just don't believe in an unlucky number, so
No.
I figured why not, right?
Now everyone's going to be asking me why I just shut down the 17 on.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah.
You're going to have to eventually, address
Come
it one
clean.
time.
Yeah, I will. I'll have to come clean.
But not
The
for
Axe
now.
does have his BKB. He actually elected to skip Blade Mail, by the way.
And I think they're so far ahead, it doesn't feel that, like, you don't need the blade mill that bad.
Yeah,
it's
you
like-
don't have damage issues.
You at this point, you're not going to deal damage because the enemy team is doing it because you're so far ahead. You might as well just focus on your own ability to do it.
This Lena, almost to the level 20 talent, the fiery soul stack with the Desolator. Is he going... It's got to be like Daedalus or Bloodthorn, right? On the Lena, or do you want something
I
else?
really like Hurricane Pike this
Like-
game, but it would be fine.
I wouldn't even mind just like MKB or Daedalus or something.
Yeah.
Like just a pure damage item.
Yeah, I never have an issue in a winning game with just buying more damage.
No.
Like,
I'd be fine with Shivas too.
Dude, look at this tier. That's a tier 2 tower at 20, 30 minutes getting absolutely shredded.
yep. And now it's just.
Oh, sorry. I missed Kezu. He's just
What-
dead
what?
middle.
He just
I'm
died
not sure, my bad.
Pangolier plus
What's,
Witch Doctor.
What's the KDA on?
0, 5, and 3 on the Sand King.
That's rough. Very rough at 24 minutes in. Arcane Rune bottom, by the way. No one's picked it up quite yet. So when do you... I mean, do you go high? I know we talk about it. Usually it's the second Aegis is high ground, but with how farmed you are, do you think about using this Aegis to go high ground or no? On the Lena?
I'd say yes and no. You kind of wait for all your items to come out. The Weaver's getting his BKB
Level
right now.
20 as well.
Sand King, Axe just got his BKB. He's going for a Blade Mail, which despite not having it yet, is like a pretty impactful item. Like it does just make your once you blink in with the BKB. I think he went BKB because of the Yules. So like his Blade Mail really wasn't that impactful, and he's actually unkillable during BKB. So now that you have the BKB, it enables the Blade Mail to literally just kill anybody on Chaos. And they're gonna look for ET, which they do fine. He's just gonna die.
Yep, so much damage.
4
Nico,
bounty
baby.
runes, probably,
Yep.
unless
I-
Death Prophet snipes one.
You can see it's like this baseball concept of like when the ball hits the bat, like what's your first step, right?
Yeah.
And I love watching KP find that kill. They kill Kezu again. He gets the kill, hesitates for like that quarter of a second, and realizes, oh, this guy's dead. I'm gonna go look for more. And yeah, you don't find it, but just that feeling, that it's good to see.
When you can run aggressively on the map with no chance of it going poorly, it's actually
Yeah, it's
that's
true.
how you set up opportunities. If you do it 20 times, it'll work like 3.
Yeah.
But you did it and set up the 3 times that it did work.
It's pretty easy, though, to praise a team for playing well when they are 20,000 gold ahead at 25
They
minutes.
got 20,000 gold
Yeah,
ahead
it's-
because of how well they played. So,
So we're looking
you know,
at Chaos. What's their way back into this game right now?
it's going to be tough, right? You just got to hit your ultis, and I don't know. Look at Moon shred this tower with the Death
I
Zone
like the
level
Death Zone,
20.
man. I like it.
Yeah. He hasn't even queued anything else up yet. 3.6k dodges the rocket. There will be an ulti coming. There's going to be a call on the backside, though. There will be a Yules onto that axe coming out. Will they be able to get back? Kezu throws out his ulti. He's actually doing a ton of damage to
Got
Moon.
Aegis.
Has the BKB, has the Aegis. Will just pop the Aegis. Ninja Boogie in the back, getting flat cannon. There's the dunk. Here comes Moon alive again, and
Got
this
Blink.
is scary. Has the BKB as well. There's going to be Nico Baby actually going down on this Weaver. And uh-oh, will he get the BKB up? He sure does. Moon now just sieging everyone down from afar. Misery won't actually die. Battle Hunger is on him. Maybe he'll die on his way to the fountain. There goes Milan. And he does. Misery actually dies to the Battle Hunger before he makes it. There's going to be another stun. There goes Matumba, man. Raging Potato possibly going down here. Doesn't get any of the damage reduction. Doesn't have a swashbuckle. Milan picks it up. Will they chase for more? I don't think you want to, knowing this Lina waiting in the wings with 5,000 gold.
And if I'm Chaos, I want to ensure that before this game ends, we execute like once. I have yet to see a Death Prophet ultimate synergize with the movement from Chaos. Like they tried, let me rephrase, properly. They did it a couple times, either too late or when they weren't 5. That last fight, DP ult was up,
Yep.
wasn't used. He goes down. Like just, even if you're going to lose the fight, just commit.
Like honestly, the way I've seen Matumba Man play this game, it almost looks like he's flustered or like not. I don't want to say demoralized because that's such like a strong word, but like even when he just like has his ultimate, and he's like running in and not using it and dying. It's like
Yeah.
I
Just
don't know,
rough.
man. It's
Just
hard to
rough.
watch, to be honest.
Because
but-
Death Prophet, she's one of those heroes that is her ulti, right? Like,
yeah.
she is as strong as her ulti.
Honestly, though, if Alina beats me a couple waves, gets early bottle, and then
Gets a
RNGs
regen in 2 minutes,
I'm
yeah.
tilted.
No, that's what I'm saying. It looks like he is
There
playing
it is.
flustered almost this entire game. He
We've
has
got-
the full Daedalus. I like
Oh,
it.
you know, I love this. It's a nice looking courier, too.
He's going to hit for about, 300 with a crit? Yeah, 336 with a
Oh
crit.
my god, wait up. And the
And-
DD,
oh,
baby.
Yeah.
This is about
Oh,
to not
man.
be pretty.
This is one of those
I'm on
games.
Lena. I'm on Lena cam right now. Don't matter about anything else. Well, okay, maybe it will. We will just kill the shrine off. Are we smoked? No. Ninja Boogie is well level 15, so Ninja Boogie's gonna start getting some items as well. T-wards.
It's actually such a cool change that you can drop gem now, because the
Let's
most
see that.
annoying thing in Dota was playing 5 support with no high ground vision. Like
You saw them do it just now?
Yeah, I would
Yeah, they did it
deliberately. I loved playing heroes like Disruptor AA
That
in
could scout
comparison
up.
to like a Warlock, because I'd be like, hey, can someone blink up here, please?
Yeah.
Oh.
Or you just waste the sentry.
Dude, look at this tower. This isn't even the DD popped and just shreds it. We'll have to get the glyph out. Tower throwing his mini rocks. Must defend the throne. Trying. They will back it out for now.
They don't need to force anything despite
Yeah.
having this DD.
Sadly.
Minute for bounty runes. Top Shrine's pretty much free to guarantee
Yep.
you the next Roche.
The one weakness of Lena is that even though he is so farmed, still incredibly squishy. You got to be cautious without Aegis.
Yeah, they have pretty much. They have one instant and one other pretty much instant disable on the side of Chaos to threaten you before you pop your BKB.
What are you looking to steal as the Rubik here? Is there any... I mean, obviously, Skahuchi's good. Do you want to try to get Laguna again?
I think the Lena stun's your best spell here.
Stun, okay.
The longest stun possible. Axe Taunt would be okay as well.
Yep.
But you need some method of killing this Lena Weaver 100-0.
And, well, they are going to smoke. You know
Bottom
Milan's
bounty
like,
runes here.
please wait. I have blinking 4 gold, friends. This is a Rubik, pretty important. And look at this. They're just running uphill. Look at Moon. They do not expect anyone to be here. Milan's actually going to be the first one who gets scouted out. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Is everyone else going to be here? Is going to throw the stun. Nice job, Milan. But KP, he blinks in. There will be a stun. KP just spinning on 2 of them. Moon is a little bit of trouble. Matumba will finally pop the ulti.
Oh.
Moon in a lot of trouble. Has the Yules. Will finally pop it. There's going to be the Elder Titan ulti. Nico, baby, trying to kill Matumba Man in the backside. There goes Moon. It's a lot of gold. And they will finally get the kill on Ninja Boogie. Nico, baby, will ulti out. Kezu, he is here. Won't be able to find anyone, but looks like they are going to be on the run. There's
Oh
KP
my.
again. He gets it. Matumba Man goes down. VT faded. Does have the Spirit Vessel, but they get the kill on KP. Nico, baby, already used his ulti. He
That was
might go
like-
down here. Oh, sup, Rune. Ugh. Picks it up. Will be able to bottle, get a little bit of damage. or a little bit of life, pardon me. The Rocket's still following, and they should be able to get this kill. Rocket, as you said, still hits on Invis now, or does.
Yeah, he used to not, but he was so close to getting a 3-man call on KBI. That's what I thought it was, and then suddenly he only got one.
And you can see right there, like, you initiate on the Lina. It does not matter that he almost 3-shots Matumba Man. As soon as he's targeted, the problem with Lina as a hero concept is that if you're not, it's like a drow in the sense that if you're not able, if you don't have safety within the fight, you're not dealing any damage. Heroes like Gyro, heroes like DP, it doesn't matter if you're being focused. If you go down to 10%, you're still dealing near max DPS.
He literally dealt 0 damage despite having a Daedalus double damage rune and a Desolator. And he is queuing up Hurricane Pike, so.
Yeah, it's necessary here. You just want to have the range, and it's just so good when you're this farmed because the aggressive Hurricane Pike into the smacks is some significant deeps.
And man, you talked about it. Milan having that Lina stun, right, got the opening stun on the Lina so they could start that fight.
Yeah,
right, I would consider that a desperation smoke, and it worked out for him. Like they get bottom, they don't get the runes though, unfortunately, which they were going for. But you win a team fight, so a little better.
Witch Doctor does have the 120 GPM talent, by the way, so he's quite a rich 5-position player.
He is. 4-stab almost has a full medallion if he wants. And so what do you do now? You showed you can win a fight if obviously, whoa, here we go. Picks up the double damage rune actually first. Milan blinks in, is going to get a steal. It will be the stun again. Radiant Fatal might just get, pardon me, right click down. But they back up. And well, silence goes out. And this is going to be that. Now, Mineski's like, wait a minute, we can just lose if Moon dies. Let's be a little bit more careful, friends.
And they have no BKB, on Gyro.
There you see the line.
Still that hill. Milan, I like it, just pushing out the lane. And there's, you can't just walk up this hill. Double damage still up on the Gyro.
Yep. Bottom lane is pushing in. That's a pretty massive creep wave, by the way. That's like 3 range creeps and 12 melee.
Do you think about maybe just going to push with it?
Yeah, they just pinged it. They see it now. It's
like,
funny how you can literally see the team hive mind gain new information, right?
Yeah.
Because they were going to back and cover mid. Now they're like, wait, guys.
It's big. Still scary. As you said, this Lina. Going the MKB next. Do you want a more defensive item for this to replace this bottle, or are you okay now? I mean, you're still up 21,000, right?
I mean, I wouldn't mind Hurricane Pike Lincolns,
I don't like this MKB. You already deal more than enough damage. Just please stay alive.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even mind something like a Scotty here, honestly. Or you know what? Satanic. This is actually the sickest Satanic Luna game.
Lina,
yeah.
Don't worry, it's just one letter. It happens. We've been there. There's going to be the Axe Call. Does have the Blight Mill. Not doing that much to a DP, but gets their own BKB up. Doesn't want to pop the ulti quite yet. Bug's still eating her alive. That's a lot of minus armor. Ewells won't take it up. On the backside, there will be a stun, but it won't be enough. Matumba Man is just going to get right-clicked down. Milan rolling around like the cube. KP will make it out, and Kezu's ultimate won't really hit onto anyone. Nico Baby is getting perma-stun. Will he be able to get the ulti off? Will gets half the HP back. There goes Kezu. Misery as well. It's going to be a 4-for-0 trade and a buyback from the Gyro.
Just got rolled.
And there's the fight. Yeah.
That time, again, it's Mineski initiating. They get on top of the Death Prophet. He doesn't want to pop ultimate and just, die immediately, and that's that.
I mean, I have to say, like, he didn't pop his ultimate. And he didn't buy back, like, when his team was still fighting. I straight up feel like this is, like, not the Matumba Man we've always seen. Like, it just seems like something's off. Like, whether it's confidence, whether it's, I don't know. Like,
just
actually,
anything.
Whatever it is, yeah. It definitely just seems like when I play like this, I feel like I've kind of, like, mentally given up a little bit. And it's just, it's hard to see sometimes.
Yep, there's going to be Roche. Who do we give? Aegis over there. Cheese as well to the Weaver.
Full Hurricane Pike on Luna.
And almost a full Mjolnir on the Weaver. So you got these items, you got this Aegis as well as Cheese.
And the talent.
Yeah,
175. Yep. Plus the Pike.
He's gonna have about 1,000 attack range.
Yep. And then now he knows he's the target, right? How do you actually target the Lina now?
Yep.
Why'd the chicken fly back? To actually buy Clarities. All right, you were right, Kyle. I think it was already on there, I thought. I thought it was actually just the Clarities, and it was like halfway out already. They actually got the Clarities.
I believe you.
Dude, that's funny. They're just chilling here up on this hill. I mean, when you control this hill as Dire and keep them in their base, it feels so bad as like, because you can't even really do the smoke like they did bottom, right?
Yeah.
There's no way to get up this hill, really.
Yeah, because it all
covered.
paths lead to this.
Right
To
here.
this, yeah.
Oh, there we go. There's the clarity. Is actually Raging Potatoes, not the middle players. And there it is. So let's see the official attack range. It is 985.
That's a decent amount.
Yeah, it is.
That is less than 1,000 as I originally predicted.
Sorry, BSJ.
That's fine.
So do we have the level 25 is on Weaver, and yep, the Sakuchi movement speed. For normal, there's going to be the ulti. They do want to try to get a jump, and that is a lot of damage coming out on this Lina. Does have the Aegis, obviously, this time. There's going to be the call. Two of them are out of position. The Blade Mill is spinning. Here comes the Lina. Needs to get that BKB immediately, and Will. There's going to be a stun flying out. Misery should be the next one to die. Will has to instantly buy back. Oh my goodness, Rubik is just getting melted alive. Will go down. Here comes an ulti from KheZu. The Lina is in a little bit of trouble. Has the Yule still. Will it happen? Nico Baby turns it, and Moon just right-clicking from afar with this attack range.
That's the Hurricane Pike saving him there.
Yeah, it is.
Just the fight reset for him is really important here. When they only have really one volley of stuff to throw on you.
Still no sets of racks actually down yet. It looks
no
like
deep field now. Axe, when they have no BKBs, is like, I know like Call goes through BKB, but the Blink Blade now is actually just so insane.
It makes the Lina, if there's no BKBs active on the enemy side, the Lina just has simple follow-up as well.
So Yule's onto the
Look
axe.
at the attack range.
There's going to be an ulti. There's going to be a buyback from Matumba Man now. No ulti, unfortunately. There's going to be the tower just shredding it, and they're just going to back up for now. KheZu alive in 13. No reason to risk it right here.
40K.
And it's funny, right? Because it still feels very hard with this. The Lina without an Aegis actually still feels so squishy.
Yep. And you can see, like, they recognize their win condition on Chaos, which is kill this Lina about 8 more times.
He's going for it. Look for it.
Close. No Aether Lens. It's tough. This is a very tough game. 40,000 gold down. You know, we've seen crazier. Kyle, you've experienced crazier.
No. Thankfully, that was complexity after they'd kicked me.
What was the worst? Do you remember the worst one? Or the best? Did you ever come back from a big one?
I did.
Did you? Oh, yeah.
I remember I played against, it was like whatever name they were, Team Freedom, I think, at the time, with CCNC snaking and all them. We were down by 40,000 gold.
Yep.
And beat them.
Damn.
And it was like
that's a good feeling, right?
Yeah, it was a good feeling. That was back when Radiant's Lifestealer could infest Ancients and stuff.
And here we go. VT Fade just trying to right click. Oh my goodness. KheZu goes down immediately. Moon is just shredding him from afar, as you see with this attack range. Misery just going to die here. See you later. Whoa! Ooh, dodges swashbuckle. The Battle Hunger. A Spirit Vessel will be enough. It is KP who gets it. And they're just heading down bottom. This game is looking to be in the books. They will just backdoor the tower. They don't have creeps in yet. Middle is coming in now. They are going to go for Moon, but Moon just pops to BKB and Matumman. I don't think you win this man fight. They're going to try to run away. There will be VT Faded going down the back. Matumman as well. GG does get called. Mega kill for Nico Baby and Moon. And, well, we're not seeing any more kills because they're all dead with no buybacks. And Weaver's going to end the game with a Dagon 2, just, you know, for the fun of it.
Why not?
Why not? Let's buy it up. And Mineski, guess what? That moves them to a winning record of 4-3. They've got 4 points now, and they look good.
They look great.
They actually look very good. Obviously, Chaos now 1-6. They do look a little bit rougher, but I'm just enjoying watching Mineski. That teamwork, the fight bottom, all these fights they've had.
Oh, yeah, and they feel good. I was hanging out with them before the tournament started. They're just in a good headspace. And if OG proved anything last year, it's that when you come to TI, the most important thing, you got to have fun. You got to enjoy it, right?
Thanks, Mom.
Well, yeah, but you know your mom was right when she
said
was.
That. No, she was.
It's not about winning or losing, all right? It's just a few $1 million.
That's it.
You got to forget about it. It's not a big deal.
That's it.
It's about being the best at Dota.
Yeah. Man,
it's just a couple million.
Yeah, just a couple million is okay. So what do we? Chaos. They had a rough game. Is it a drafting thing, or is it just? Are we still thinking it's very play? Is it just?
This game was play.
Is it still what we said yesterday? The no kind of playmakers on this team is just affecting him too much.
I think that either KheZu has to change his play style, or Chaos needs to change the way they're drafting, because it's not going to work. Like KheZu's playing Sand King
like an Underlord. I was gonna say, like, my straight up analysis of this game is that last time we said they need to draft more playmakers. This game they drafted a playmaker and played it the same way.
Yeah.
So it's
like if you might as well give him Underlord.
Yeah, and then give somebody else a playmaker.
Like give me Man Ursa or something.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Something.
You got to change it up.
You do.
Just like when you see these other teams, like the offlane ogre that's level 5, he's running around. Who gives a crap about his game? Like he's running around as an offlane ogre, stunning people, and it's like. Like, you need the Sand King to run around stunning people. And it's like, you don't want to just call somebody out, but, like, we've said what Chaos's issue was. And then that draft specifically, it was on the Sand King. So, like, that's why we're kind of wrapping around one player.
Yeah.
And it just shows, like, every fight just seems like an uphill battle for
Well, dude,
Chaos.
we opened the game. We need to take a break, by the way, before because otherwise we don't. The OG series. There was a lot to talk about in the game.
Yeah,
there's
this
a lot to
one.
talk about here, but maybe we shouldn't. But
Yeah.
my final point would just be that we discussed how Chaos needed to ensure that they had playmakers. They had team fight. They get the playmaker, and until he had a blink dagger, KZU did not make a play.
Yeah.
That's
And,
not okay.
Yeah, it's too long.
Okay.
Takes too long. The other team's going to make too much stuff happen. You're in too much of a rough spot by that point. So.
Okay, so we are going to take a short break. When we get back, is Mineski the realest of deals, or can Chaos reel it in, get this W? This is the only series today. You just need one. We'll see if they can do it. You'll see if they can do it. So stick around, and we'll be right back. And hello, everyone. Welcome back to some more Dota. I'm Grant. This is Kyle. This is BSJ.
Yep.
If you're just joining us, Mineski, they are looking very, very clean. They are going up against Chaos Esports, who's looking a little bit rough around the edges. But, guys, guess what?
What?
There's already a draft. Simple as that. We got Mineski, we got Chaos, and we got a Marana first pick. And we got a Rubik on the other side. Milan, I thought, probably played the best of everyone that game on his team. Had some nice steals on that Lena stun. Tried to get stuff going, but just no one to help follow him up.
That was a tough game to find a bright spot.
It was.
Let's be honest.
To be, I feel like at some point Chaos is either going to continue to crumble, or they're going to have that wake-up call where take a page out of Anna's book, grow some balls. Just do stuff. Run around the map doing stuff. Like at this point, there's a whole meme about you miss every hook you don't throw.
Yeah.
If you ain't throwing any hooks,
You're just losing.
You're just gonna lose. Like it feels like they're just complacent in their gameplay.
You can't be afraid of death either.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean. Afraid. They're complacent. They're afraid. Like let's just make stuff happen.
I already like Mineski's lineup more personally.
Damn.
More versatile. I just don't like Rubik SK as an opener, but I don't know. I don't want to talk about the opener. Let's change the subject. Let's get into something else for a bit while we wait.
Let's talk about who is your favorite Dota player of all time?
We'll define favorite.
Just
what
yours.
do you ask?
Like you want to watch them play. Like if they're playing in a game, you want the observer to only watch them. Like this dude's swagging on everyone.
As of now, it's Anna for sure
Okay.
for me. Like I just feel like his way of playing is so much feel. And you just give him whatever, and it feels like he, from the carry role, which is, in my opinion, a very, calculated, efficiency-based role, and he's just playing with the boys. And that's, so crazy to me, because he's also doing all the things you're fundamentally supposed to do as a carry. So, for me, since I'm also a carry player, I, idolize that aspect, because I feel like one of my biggest weaknesses as a player is kind of like overthinking things. Like sometimes it's like you got to make sure you're thinking about the right things, but then you also got to make sure that you're operating on your own instincts as well from like gain from experience, because you're competing. It's like a race. You're trying to think of things just as fast as everyone else in the game.
Yep.
And it feels like for Ana, he's just on a whole nother level.
He's just gliding through.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
You know.
Smooth sailing. So I just think that's so enjoyable
It's a
to
good
watch.
pick.
Yeah.
What about you, Kyle?
Puppy
You're
might
really
be the other
thinking.
one just because the captain role.
Oh yeah. You can never go wrong with saying Puppy.
Yeah.
That dude is just fun to watch.
The drafts he creates.
I'm not sure. I think it would depend on like what era I was in. Right now, I honestly, just because I guess I haven't been playing, right? It used to be different because, you know, when you're trying to think about building a Dota team and you're captaining, you're trying to find the individuals that you think you're figuring out people's play styles, trying to evaluate how good people are. Nowadays, it's more about, for me at least, like how good are these teams? What is the team identity? So it's hard for me to say. For me, it's just what team do I like watching the most? Which honestly,
Is the question
it
I
might be
asked, but
OG.
yeah, just kidding.
Yeah,
Okay.
it might be OG.
Mine's 100%.
And I liked watching VP a lot, but I haven't been able to see them.
We haven't
yet
seen.
this
We haven't
tournament.
casted any of them. Yeah,
No.
we've been watching very little. And there's Lifestealer,
They're
possibly.
doing well, right? Sorry, to VP. Aren't they like 5-1 or something?
I don't think they're that. I believe they're with a winning record, but I think
Okay.
it's like 4-3, something like that.
Okay. But what were you saying about the lifesteal?
I was just saying possibly a deny pick for Mineski. They probably would have just snapped it up, possibly. And it's
just
Lifesteal. You
I don't
you have
like
the Sand
Lifestealer
King at
third,
least for the hopping in, maybe getting initiation. But why don't you like the Lifestealer?
I think you want a steroid for it. You don't really have any available because you've already taken like Rubik SK, so neither the offlaner nor the 4 is going to be able to do that for you.
We saw Hector from Infamous earlier run the traditional Radiance lifestealer rather than the right click.
God,
And
but
it's been
if
a bit.
that,
But that kind of like goes into every problem we've said Chaos
Exactly.
has, right? Yeah. So
I
that-
just
that-
don't like how basic the drafts are. You look at OG, right?
And we're like, what?
We discuss for like until we're blue in the face how much we love the creativity.
And we don't
Yeah.
understand what the hell's going on either.
Yeah, the team
Yeah.
fighting. Like we look at LGD and how their drafts are put together. Chaos just feels like it's very very rudimentary.
I feel like I could do this draft. Like
Yeah,
as
this looks like a Leviathan
Yeah,
draft.
I could have concocted this draft for sure.
Yeah.
And that's not something like I'll jokingly flame aside on myself. Like I actually like when I look at a draft, I'm like, yeah, that seems like really
And
cookie cutter. You know, like that just they had so
As-
much time to prepare.
yeah,
For this
as someone
tournament.
who's drafted against BSJ,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
really fun to draft against
Yeah.
people that always go cookie cutter
It is,
because
it's
you just
easy.
need to like you can see it coming and you have a little tweak and you're like,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah, like that 8th pick on first pick, you're just like,
I remember one game. I can't remember what it was. You picked an Ursa. I knew you were gonna pick Ursa. And
yeah,
I think we ran like a void or like a TA void or something. We just kept killing you.
yeah.
It was really fun.
That sounds about right. My draft history against you guys wasn't that great. We had this always problem where limp Tiny, where we couldn't pick Tiny because you guys understood Tiny better than us, and then if we gave you Tiny, we just lost. So like every game, I'm like, what do I do? I feel like they have an extra ban, and I'm already like a worse drafter. It's a nightmare when you are a captain and you're like fighting this uphill draft battle where you're just like. I feel like I'm an underdog while strategizing for these heroes.
And now we look at this lineup. I feel like Mineski's 3 heroes provide more team fight than Chaos. It's not a bad draft necessarily, but it's very reminiscent of that EG draft that we've discussed how much we don't like it over and over. The
Yeah.
Rubik Ogre Venge 3-4-5. You have an AA Rubik Sand King. They're very you think about their contribution in a fight and it's just like a line. It is an arrow towards one hero, and you can pray more heroes are within the Ice Blast stun radius, but realistically these 3 heroes are going to try and kill one.
What about like a Storm for Mineski? Isn't that a hero
Oh, it's
Moon
great.
really
It's
likes
a game
to play?
winning pick. Yeah.
I think you want a hero that just goes, right?
Yeah.
And then you also have 2 stuns on Chaos.
Oh yeah, dude. Raging Potato Marana, Ogre off, Warlock 5, you Storm here. I think that's insane. Maybe you Quap if you'd like, but
I was like thinking it's like a elusive hero like Slark might work too. I also just wasn't a huge fan of Slark because of AA, but at the end of the day, you are very good against the Lifestealer.
Yeah.
The core-to-core matchup is like insanely Slark favored. Most of the time, Lifestealers end up going like second item Halberd though, because it's not dispellable, and that usually means you'll go for the Radiance.
What about this hero before the Slark Warlock? We haven't casted a game with it yet, and I thought it was a pretty popular. It's a big team fighter. Is it just too cooldown reliant and kind of bad? And
Warlock?
Yeah, Warlock.
I think Warlock. I've said this a lot,
Yeah.
but the Fatal Bonds is the true ultimate for Warlock, and I think that people, it's just a TI hero. You know, that big AOE ultimate, BKB piercing stun. You're a good laner nowadays because safe laners are having a tough time often against these really beefy offlaners.
And you just heal and pull.
You heal and pull.
Fatal Bonds occasionally.
Yeah.
The one thing I'll say about Warlock as a hero is a lot of teams have been picking light stuns like whenever we don't like their drafts. And with every hero in the game, every hero has this weakness, and Warlock's is mainly that he offers no catch, and he offers this ridiculous team fight, but you can't actually force the fights you want. You don't have playmakers because your 5 position can't make any plays.
Yeah.
And so this game, like even Slark as a carry is much more of a playmaker than the average carry hero.
Yeah.
And they have these heroes to supplement.
There was a game LGD. They crushed Newbie. It was they had Kunkka, Ench, Void cores, Ogre, Warlock.
Oh.
I love that
yeah.
because you have all this beef. Like Warlock, you can freely cast your spells, no problem. Love the SF.
We got
It's
the Swagger
another
Fiend.
great hero to get buffed up by the Ogre.
Probably. Does he go like the Blink Yules, or you think he's just going to go like the Drums BKB kind of SF here?
He used to. I mean, Moon was a big Yules guy, but I have no clue. Obviously, it depends on the game, right?
You definitely want a faster BKB timing, just because like, look at Chaos. The 3-4-5. Were you discussing what they wanted to do? If you're playing against a BKB, you're worthless. Like they're actually all worthless against BKB.
What is Matoma Man's hero? Do they have Brood in the pool?
Nope.
No,
It's got
first,
second
band.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, you can't TA. You really can't. You can't sniper.
Yeah, I was thinking Sniper too, but it's really bad against Slark. Could you go?
What were you gonna say?
No, it's just bad. I'm not even gonna mention.
I want to hear it.
I was gonna say Ricky because it's really good against Slark. But and then you can't lane it against us.
That's the kind of creativity we've been looking for, BSJ.
Well, I
Dude,
mean,
hey, you want him to do something different?
Ricky, I'm saying Ricky Mid's been seeing a lot of play in A, so.
Yeah, and so's Alchemist, and you know what? The world's doing it now.
Okay, so that's the hard counter to Slark that I've talked about. But
there's just no team fight, guys.
You have the Sand King, the OD, and whatever.
There's
Rubik
no
pulls.
tower push. There's no physical damage for the most part. It's gonna. I'm glad it's a Matumba Man Lifestealer though. I was kind of hoping that we'd see more of him on 1.
Okay.
And VT Faded mid. The problem is that VT Faded's hero pool is limited. Yeah, he's a young kid, right? He hasn't had the time to develop.
Even with like Gunner
repertoire.
here, he'll admit he's very limited. If you're younger, you're trying to build your MMR so you get noticed, and the best way is to play heroes very well.
But Gunner said he fit like well into his team because he's like just first pick my hero.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, just like give me him or whatever.
And you know the carry player on the team. 23, I was like, oh, thank you.
Yeah.
A middle player who actually, you know what? I'm all about
he even
it.
said like a player like Forev just loves playing these like cancerous counter picks. Like he just loves doing that. And it's funny because like you do need a good balance of that on a team.
Yep.
So if like I feel like they've been saving Matumba Man's pick for last in most of these games, and Matumba Man's always for Liquid I feel like kind of played that first round, second round, early second round pick because he was setting up Miracle to carry the game. So I wouldn't mind if they start doing this a little bit more. Like they do need to switch it up. Whatever they do, swap it up a little bit. So this is a nice little interchangeable play style that they're going for. Let's see if it works out.
Indeed, I like the Mineski draft once again.
I do too.
It's just so simple. We discussed a lot about OG and the mechanics they utilize, but I think these damage steroids, damage amp reduction, they're way more valuable than people give credit for, and it's a big part of the reason Ogre's picked so often. Warlock, in a sense, because of Fatal Bonds, is another huge form of damage amp. You have a lot of natural synergy. The Slark SF, if they get ahead, like it's so easy for them to just completely take over a game. And Chaos, my draft is that I don't see the win condition. I look at this and I think, okay, what's Chaos looking to do? What's their timing? What's the power spike? They don't really have the ability to kill Roche or objectives easily.
I was going to say Roche is a big deal.
It's just play better than your opponents. Continuously outplay them. And I've always felt that the team that can play worse and still win has the edge. And that's what it feels like for Mineski here.
Yep. We do have a quick pause here for the players. And on the other side, so this Shadow Fiend, Oh, what's his plan? Is he still just, I'm going to push in middle, I'm going to farm jungle, or do you move around a little bit more nowadays with your middle SF? Not really, right?
When you have reliable stuns, I think it's nice to easily rotate. So you have like the Ogre core
And I think you do either Ogre or SF is going to be moving around, but I love the idea of Shadow Fiend rotating to the Ogre lane. We've seen that a couple of times. When LGD played it, this exact combo of heroes, that's what they did as well, because you find that kill very easily with a double raise, and then you have a Bloodlust buff SF just starting to hit tower. And then he can start playing enemy jungle.
It's just a very efficient rotation.
Yeah.
Right?
The best form, if you want to just go up to the top Dire Shrine, this area of the map is where SF wants to be playing. If you can open that up by the 10-minute mark, all of a sudden, like the top bounty, the top rune, these become SF. And this is the richest part of the map in Dota for a Shadow Fiend.
4 camps.
For the first 15 minutes of the game, I, as a Slark player, am like, I'm unkillable. Like, I actually really like playing Slark in this game. Not because, like, I do hate playing Slark in OD. That matchup really sucks. But in this specific game, I'm like, for the first 15, 20 minutes of the game, I'm actually pretty unkillable. They have AAOD, like these theoretical counters, but they don't really have this, like, reliable chain of events that sets up killing me. It's going to be later on 5-man engagements that are going to be kind of the issue. So I think Mineski's going to have to hit this, like, 15, 20-minute massive power spike.
They do have to be careful about taking fights without BKBs, because if Chaos finds initiations,
absolutely, yeah,
a hero will die, and then they can continuously find more. They have a ton of disable and low cooldowns on all of them.
And there's the fatal bonds you talked about already getting thrown onto the lane. And I want to say, it looks like, you know, the year of the Bassi is back. All 4 players, it seems, are pretty much starting with this Sage's Mask now and just getting that Bassi. Both teams this game doing the same thing. Are you guys bad? I know, Kyle, you were one of the biggest. You loved those little buffs, right?
Oh,
you guys were the casual buckler guys back in the day.
I remember a game I finished as like AA. I had no boots, buckler, Bassi. Someone else had a Vlad's and Urn.
And you're just having a great time.
Oh yeah, it's about gold efficiency, right?
Yeah.
I think something else to be said about the way Dota has changed over this past year is because of the change to TP slot, the addition of the backpack. A lot of items that used to be more effective because they were slot efficient lost their place because all of a sudden you didn't necessarily need that soul ring, right? Because you have 3 clarities in your backpack, and it's changed what some here, like, their power level just dramatically shifts. It's like why CM fell off for a while, because you don't need the aura, right? You've got clarities everywhere.
And looks like this Ogre is going a little bit different as well. Well, there's going to be the arrow flying. Matoma Man is in a little bit of trouble right now. Does have the rage, but I don't even know if that'll do anything. He's just going to get right-click down this Ogre. Dude, this hero, we have seen it a lot, and you can't trade hits with this hero anymore. It's just too strong. Look at this, 10 armor with the Bassi, 63 base damage. Doesn't even have the Orb of Venom this game. Actually has a Quelling Blade.
But he's free farming. This dude, Mineski's already so far ahead.
This is scary. And look at this. They actually he eats the mango, fakes out the stun, maybe trying to bait a rage.
I think he actually was trying to stun Misery and got fogged. Because if he stunned Misery there, I'm pretty sure he dies.
Already level 3, level 2 stun coming out. Little increase in damage, doubles it actually.
Just a little bit.
Well, Moon wasn't, what is it, 14-5 middle currently against VT Faded, who's 11-0. So not doing terrible, but still, you don't want to fall behind to an SF you know can go to the jungle and farm a little bit quicker than you.
I just never feel good in the mid lane when it's a carry player against one of the most mechanically skilled mid laners. Like, I don't care if you're a carry player that can pretty well play the mid lane. You're just not going to play it nearly as well as the guy who's played 100 mid games in the last week.
Yep. And this is like, I'd say one of the more skill-based matchups in Dota. I favor SF, but I know there are certain players that feel very confident on the OD. Yeah. But if you're the better player on the Shadow Fiend, like you will crush the lane.
See, we'll just continue. There's a range creep deny. Always feels pretty bad. That has to be one of the worst feelings in the world.
Get every single deny.
All right, well, we'll watch it. Let's see.
Yeah, he's got all 4 denies. That's
19 and 9.
Yeah.
This is scary. Double Wraith Band already. Could get boots if he wants. Oh, gets range creep denied on himself under the tower. And now I see pings on both lanes, actually, top and bottom. See who wants to do something here. Orb of Venom actually on the lifesteal. You like the Orb of Venom on the lifestealer, BSJ?
No, because you're not winning the lane. I'm personally not a fan. Like, I feel like you buy Orb of Venom because you want to be like super aggressive in lane.
Yeah.
And you just can't trade hits with an ogre, right?
You're not aggressive in this lane. Not only because you can't trade hits, but like you have an AA support. You don't have some support that's.
I'd rather a casual ring of protection.
Yeah. Like I'd rather have all the items I'm buying in this lane are how can I minimize how much damage I take while I'm hitting creeps. Like that's pretty much what I'm trying to do. Like, you can trade hits with the Ogre like you're doing, like he is doing a bit, but you're not doing it with the intent of bullying the Ogre. You're just making him have to expend a bit of regen, because if you don't hit him back, he'll just hit you the entire lane.
And there was a ward middle, so he knows that Raging Potato is here, has the rune, and just sitting around. Will avoid the gank. Kezu, level 4, has raindrops on the Sand King, will continue to just cut the wave. Oh, top lane, KP, they actually do bring him down.
All
Pardon
thanks
me.
to that Orb of Venom, right, BSJ?
Yep, that's the perfect item.
It's great on a lifestealer in the safe lane, because you do have that chasing power if you do want to try and kill that offlaner.
Yeah, honestly, it worked out, so I'm not, I mean, Matoma Man's the TI winner, man. No question.
And that is going to be the runes. Oh, actually going to leap back up. There's going to be the double Starstorm. It is only level 1, but there's the leap. Wants to shoot the arrow. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Oh.
Fakes it out 3 times. Oh, I love it. There's no angle, it felt like. When you could really get away from that misery. He'll get brought down.
It was weird, though. Raging Potato had an Arcane Rune and was using it to arrow jungle creeps, so that's why the Ogre was, like, alone and dead. Which, to me, I don't really feel like should happen, so...
Play a little safer.
Yeah, it's just weird to me because I make the prediction like you shouldn't really go Orb of Venom. You're not going to kill this ogre.
Well,
and then
OD
he's alone.
super low middle pops another health potion.
Dude, top's
Bottom as
getting
well.
scary though because now there's
Oh.
phase boots on ogre.
Yep. And look at this. Yep. The traded hits. Level 4 versus level 5 though. Does have level 3 in that feast.
If he gets a stun off here, Raging Potato is waiting with the arrow.
Yep. There it is. Will it hit in time? It sure as hell does. And there it goes. Raging Potato picks up that kill, and you said, I mean, we've seen this lane a lot, right? I think TNC actually played it a few times. You're just dead if you get stunned. Yeah.
It's the dream. It's exactly what we were discussing about with the ogre can start getting aggro and the Mirana eventually like takes the lane, starts shoving creeps. Plus you have kill potential.
And it feels good. Yeah, you just thought about it. Just get out of here, Ogre. I'm going to farm. I'm going to get whatever I want. Bottom lane. Something's going on. It looks like Nico maybe actually taking a ton of damage there. But we'll be able to make it out. Not quite level 6, so can't just hide and get that regen.
Does have a Warlock. Also has a Shrine if he needs it.
Crazy going on.
The thing is, a Slark eventually becomes independent in this lane. Like, there's certain matchups where if you're against like an Axe or a Legion, you're kind of like always under threat as Slark. But once you hit 6, like you are independent at that point, and that just makes it easier for the rest of your team to play.
I don't think you're making out of here, Raging Potato. One more right click. It will be Matoma, and that's a 1v2 kill. Misery wasn't even up there.
That Orb of Venom, man. Kyle flamed it, and I said,
it's the greatest thing of all time.
It's these little item decisions that just really make or break the carry roll.
And all of a sudden, this top lane, we're finally seeing possibly the Ogre counter. Matamba Man on Lifestealer.
I mean, it's trading.
Yep. Bottom. Nico, baby, once again, they try to block that leap.
He's going to have 6 from this creep when it does.
He's trying. He almost goes down going for it.
He's
but
baiting. He has 7 stick charges. That was honestly a little close for my liking, but, you know.
He's just hiding. Bring the CS over. I still want it.
The level 1 buff to the Slark ulti was pretty huge.
How much was it?
It went from 3% to 5, yeah. So you go from 33 seconds to 20 to get full health back.
Damn. They nerfed it for a bit, right? Wasn't it like
that? They nerfed his cooldown.
Okay.
They used to
Not
have
the
a 60,
percentage,
yeah,
though?
they never nerfed the percentage. The percentage was the same since the dawn of time. But
But they also increased his base health regen.
Yeah. It's like 3.5 now.
Well, we do see the shrine up there from VT Fade just trying to farm it. Raging Potato just running a few circles. There will be a ward placed down. We'll see the OD.
Yeah. I was actually talking to Ice Frog, or Bruno about it.
Yeah.
And he said they really just like these little tweaks, you know? The little quality of life changes that can just make a big difference because it gives that hero the option to like actually get to the point of being strong.
Sorry, VT Fade actually goes down middle. I was looking top. They were getting dove, but this ward, Raging Potato, he's just roaming around middle. We talked this Mirana. All it takes is one arrow. You're dead. 5 second stun. You're definitely going to die. And you talk about those little quality of life changes, right? Slark seems to have got a lot. The 1 permanent agility as well.
Yeah, but then they nerfed like his Essence Shift and his Essence Shift talents. Like, I actually liked a lot of the way they reworked Slark. They made his pounce like way better against mobile heroes, but they also made it so you can itemize against it. So, like, he's the same hero, but he does what he does differently, which is cool. I like it a lot. I think they needed to rework him because he made no sense as like a pub stomper, but not viable and competitive. He's going to take a lot of damage bottom here. Has ultimate, forced to use it.
Has the wand plus.
Queued up the Midas. I'm not sure I'm a huge fan of this Midas this game because against a hero like Lifestealer, I'd like to run around with phase drums and like kill the AA and shit.
I actually really like it. To your point, you already mentioned how OD can really annoy a Slark, and I'd much rather Nico Baby get the Midas, which would then allow him to play more conservatively without handicapping his ability to increase in net worth, because you just aren't going to be a hero in the mid game no matter what you buy.
Okay.
You need Scotty, you need BKB, and then you're able to start taking over.
And already the first tower goes down. It's Moon taking that middle tower right before the 10-minute mark, so they can fight for this rune. GodZ will have to stun out. Now, we'll see if they want to fight for their own rune. We'll have stun up again. We actually have a lift. They're chasing. Arrow will fly, but won't hit. Moon's going to TP top. They want to fight for this rune possibly instead. And now Matoman right-clicking. There's going to be the stun. There's going to be a double raise. It's just going to right-click. Now Rune will get scooped up. Matoman, 2 more attacks. Will just throw up the nuke. Gets the kill.
That was a sick TP. Like, he just shows bottom and then, like, instantly TPs knowing when they're not going to get the kill.
Not just that, but he also medium into short and then saves the long nuke, knowing that that'll be the one he'll be able to finish with as Matoman's rage dissipates. That's sick. A more inexperienced player would go like long medium and then just not find the kill.
Well, everything coming up Mineski once more. 2K lead right now. Milan trying to farm that level 6 on Rubik. Wants to be able to possibly steal that rock eventually. And it feels like this OD can do a little bit of damage if there's some lockdown. Triple null plus treads, and they are going to smoke up top. AA here as well. Level 6, so they've got that burst. But we're vanishing. The shadows will take us. Let's see. They're going to meet up. They don't actually know. There we go. They see him. Vale gets picked up. Did he have boots this time? He did buy boots first. On the Sand King.
Look at this SF net worth, man. That's what feels good.
Yeah. That's been both games, right? He was 2,000 ahead on the Lina as well last game. Moon, he is just, he's showing he is a great mid player.
I actually like this choice too, going for the Yasha first. More move speed. Really nice when you have the bonus from the Ogre Bloodlust as well.
You're going to be attacking and moving so damn quick.
Is this a Yasha BKB SNY, or like what do you think he's going? Just a casual Yasha?
Sanjin Yasha's okay, but I think Yasha BKB.
Okay. Yeah, I was thinking like
need
back
BKB.
for the SNY after. Oh, they were trying to go for the stun top, but it did manage to rage. Probably would have died there because he has the triple raise combo. Does have the Midas on the Ogre. I
didn't
don't
get the
believe,
multicast.
Yeah, I was about to say, I believe he did not multicast.
He didn't. And look at this.
You talked about this, Kyle.
0.6 attack already. And this is getting scary. 4K lead. They're just moving around the map. They know what they want to do. OD looking for the 12-minute rune. It will be bottom. It's a double damage. Matoman, the only one who can really run through. Here comes another AA blast. Where are we going? Looks like bottom again, which they are trying to dive, but
this is what I meant by the Slark. Like, you're able to be independent, and so your team doesn't need to play with you.
Well, that's
a
annoying.
Really good point. If that's an LC or that's an Axe, he's dead.
Yeah, and what happened there was they went for the Bro Strike, noticed he didn't have like the Dark Pact go off, so he lifted, but what happened was the Dark Pact was queued like a millisecond before the Bro Strike, so it took the entire duration off.
Here comes TP in. They're going to look for one. Milan. Can he get a lift on anyone? It's only level 1. Does have the maxed out Dark Pack, so some burst damage, but looks like everyone might get out. KP with the TP. It's going to be close. GodZ won't be able to find him.
And since they rotated so many heroes top, Moon just instantly TP's bottom. Was like, well, this is a nice tower. I'm not bloodlusted, but he is going for the BKB.
I can't tell you how important it is. Awareness of where you need to TP to is something that a lot of cores struggle with. You'll see sometimes like mid players going all the way back to base instead of their tier 1. Same with offlaners. Moon could have gone to Shrine and just farmed. Instead, he's immediately beating into a tier 1. And it's now easy for his team to rotate a bit later, but now they're here helping him secure the objective.
Yeah, and now you're forcing this awkward smoke from Chaos that feels so forced because they just
Golem active as well.
Oh, and will they find him? Ninja Boogie will be the one who gets stunned. Will they try to burst him down? Here comes the A blast, and it won't actually hit on anyone, but Ninja Boogie will go down.
That's a tower for 4 heroes that just killed a Warlock.
Yep.
And where's it's Nico, baby, actually heading top here.
It's so good. And Matoman now left on an island, has Infest, but
this is pretty tough kill, isn't it? With just these 2 heroes against the Lifestealer.
It's a free attempt. Like, if you land the arrow, Oh, okay.
He was waiting.
Yeah, I mean,
Easy to still try to chase because look who's here. It's actually KP out of the woodworks. There's going to be the multicast. There's going to be the double star storm. And will we get the permanent agility? Does get inside of a creep. They know which one because he's trying to run it away. It still won't get brought down. Now it will. And easy
And
kill.
why is this happening, BSJ?
Because he TP'd bottom and forced the reaction there.
That's correct.
Yep.
No.
It's all like a chain of events that led up to that.
Yeah, Mineski's ahead of the game. They're in control of the tempo. They're dictating where Chaos has to move to respond to them around the map. It's
Here's
so
what
much
happened.
easier to play.
Oh my
so
goodness.
close.
They made a move top.
Yep.
Forced reaction from Chaos. Instant Chaos response to top. Moon goes bottom.
Yep.
Then Chaos has to like chase them all the way to bottom, and then they kill top.
And not just that, as Chaos has to run across the map, Moon's farming.
Yeah, exactly.
Yo, wait up. Here we go. Moon could be in a little bit of trouble. They're going to try to run after. He will get slowed
Taunting.
enough.
He's dancing.
Will do it. He is dancing. This could be a kill. Does he want to throw out the ulti to try to get this? There's a Bloodlust. Is he going to throw out his own ulti? He does. Will bring down Moon, but it does do a lot of damage. KP's going to be in a little bit of trouble. They're just going to chase forward, and look at this. They're going to find 2 of the core kills. It looks like VT faded. Could he be in trouble? And this feels like a wasted rock by Ninja Boogie. He's really biting him in the butt right now.
I'd say the booty.
I think, okay, so I'm pretty sure VT faded meant to get the SF with his Astral, but instead he got Keizu, which ended up being way better, because Keizu would have just died to the ulti there.
Yeah.
He was like phased inside of the Shadow Fiend.
Yep. I believe you are correct about that. He is going Diffusal on the Slark. I like that better.
I do too. It's just so good here, especially you're playing against Rubik, AA, SFOD, or SKOD. If they're caught without spells, you just Diffusal and kill them.
All right, so we were talking about those good rotations, but
he was scared of maybe a SK blink with the A follow-up.
Can Ninja Boogie, can he just throw out ultis like that anymore after what just happened, or does he need to be a little more careful?
I think if you throw it out like that, you just have to...
Yeah, if he gets the kill, we're not flaming him, you know? It was like a
but he
tenth of a
didn't,
second.
so...
Well, the point is, like, your team also has to adjust when you do that, right? Because the minute you do that, you have to realize that, like, the rest of the opponent team's like, hey, let's try to get an opportunity here. There's a bounty rune? Okay, let's fight them. They have no Warlock Golem. It's kind of like when you die as a mid laner, it's like the rest of your team has to make sure they adjust to the fact that their mid laner's dead. Otherwise, they're just going to feed. Oh, arrow bottom. He hits a 5-second.
And Milan...
That was a sick snipe, by the way. He doesn't have like any vision. He just saw the Rubik leaving the creep wave and took a, like guess his trajectory, his natural path of walking.
They know Nico Baby's here. It's going to be a tough kill because it is a Slark. There is no ulti though, and here's going to be the A blast. It is going to miss though.
Ulti, yeah.
And now he's just going to survive because of that. Moran ulti as well. Kazu, can he get out of here? Has a blink in 4, has a burrow strike at about the same time. Gonna get hit though, has the burrow strike. Blink will be up in 1. Blinks over and will make it out.
So that was sick. He actually blocked the pounce, but the leash prevents the SK stun. So Nico Baby was able to escape the radius of the AA ult.
Well, we see a lot of wards here. Radiant is really covering this diagram. We've got 2 wards in this triangle. Look at this. This really missing here.
Let me tell you, viewers, how lucky you are that Grant is observing instead of BSJ, because there's like 90% Slark on his screen, let me tell you.
You know, I'm watching
He's learning. He's learning.
Dude, I'm watching him packed and Midas the creeps, man. It's just like, oh, this is the dream.
So what? Yeah. So why is this Radiance Lifestealer not a thing? Is it just too slow, or why don't we see anymore?
Generally speaking, like by the time you have Radiance, it's like the rest of your team is just crippled because you're like soaking up a lot of the farm, but you're not actually doing anything on the map. Which means like
you farm items to farm more items.
Yeah, and the other team meanwhile has farmed like a Blink Dagger and like 2 mid game items, and they're like killing the rest of your team who has no farm.
Especially when you have an OD, like you have no damage through BKBs unless Lifestealer does physical damage. He has to itemize.
The only difference between Lifestealer and like an Alchemist is Alchemist gets his like 5 minutes earlier or 6 minutes earlier, so that suddenly that like ability to punish the rest of Alchemist's team is like way shorter of a window.
And I love this, just Yasha double Wraith into the BKB on the Shadow Fiend. That's the build. And now they take one good fight. Roshan opens up.
Oh, Kazu. Could be a little trouble. And we also, as you talk about, we talk about every time a Slark's played, not only, he just D-wards a lot. He got the exact D-ward over here multiple times. It just feels bad as support.
And it's great. This is the dream for Moon as well. Like, as this team pushes lane, he's just farming this quad area of the dire woods.
And you have a Raging Potato 4 position soaking up all the dangerous area that does nothing.
Exactly.
Like
and if he
right?
dies, who cares?
Yeah.
It's Marana 4. You're going to be able to push tier 2s now.
And he's kind of like an AA. He has a global ult that can actually help his team
Sure, we'll follow
from
this.
across the map.
Where are we going? We're on top.
And you have like a choice now. It's like Raging Potato's like, do we want to fight this? You know, like you have a choice to.
Exactly.
And then you see 3 heroes and you're like, eh.
Sentry will go down
But they're
pretty
actually
early.
going to fight this. So.
Well, there, Milan will be able to find him. They already have the Sentry down, though, and it looks like it will just be an easy kill on the Marana.
Mineski is smoked all the way bottom. You might see a buyback from Marana for this.
I think we will.
We don't have Slark down here quite yet. Is his TP up? It is.
But remember, they have an SFBKB. He is indestructible for that duration. There is no way Chaos can even threaten him.
The fact that he got caught on Raging Potato does make this a little bit awkward. Oh, the AA ult's going to scout because the smoke.
They saw one, yeah. It looked like they were just hoping one hero would run up here, and they'd get it.
Yeah, and that was mainly on A. The A was scouting Roche, actually, with that ult, so that was a good move. By
And he just lets it go as well,
Yeah.
so that they have the lower cooldown required. Because the cooldown starts ticking when you cast it. And then,
does it really?
Yeah, so when you throw the AA ult, it goes, it starts
Ooh.
ticking. But if you use it to cast it, it'll...
Here we go on the
it.
backside. Oh my goodness, that's a perfect stun coming out from Kezu. That's
Oh,
going
he
to
get the
kill on
BKB?
Ninja Boogie. Will he get in there? Will be. Kezu goes down, Moon goes down, and now VT faded. They find KB. Can they continue to chase for more? Obviously, Slark's a tough kill, but guess what? This is a buyback from Ninja Boogie. Will they be able to snipe him? Not quite yet. There will be an inhibit going out. Matumba Man will have to pop the rage. He's going to throw his ulti out on this Slark. Ninja Boogie will get his ulti off, but he's going to go down again. That's a dieback, and now Nico, baby.
Oh, we got the lift on it.
He got him, and Milan, nicely done by him. They're going to get this kill. And Kezu with the blink stun on 2 and Moon.
You got to get your
Where was
BKB
it?
off, buddy.
Yep.
You know that.
You're the strongest hero on the map, but only if you use the item.
That's true. Where was Boogie? Was he just not set up? Because if they have the Gom there to counter
He got double stunned with Moon. He was a little too far up there.
Yep.
And Kezu, that was a huge blink stun by him.
Yeah, you got to be able to combo break.
Ooh, in middle. Here comes the A. I don't think they're actually going to try to go for a kill here, but let's annoy him.
To be fair, it seemed like Mineski was playing the map a bit better early on in the game, but Chaos has clearly tried to make plays this game.
Correct.
And the fact is, they're
Successful
actually
ones too,
having successful plays.
Yes. I think a big part of that, though, is VT faded. Yeah, sure, his lane wasn't great, but check out the itemization, right?
Yeah, Blink
just
Force,
straight into Blink Force, just as mobile as possible, and he's been getting involved.
Yeah, he's got the full Hurricane Pike done. He has the option between the BKB or the Sheep Stick.
Yeah.
I honestly think if you are allowed, like meaning based on the pace of the game, you're allowed to get this Sheep Stick, it becomes impossible for Slark to play Dota. It actually just, they have no saves.
Oh, here we go. They're going for Nico, baby, up here. Will they be able to find him? They do. And as you guys said, Kezu, he took it to heart. He is making some plays right now.
Yep, so all of a sudden, he's got the most kill participation on his team. It's looking solid. Look at the XP. The
Look
graph
at that.
just
Dipped far down in Dire's favor.
Yep. And, you know, if there's a hero, I don't think you could find an SEA player above 8k MMR that doesn't have a damn good OD. So even though I've never seen him play it in this tournament, I would say that a VT faded OD is something I can get behind.
Yeah. And he is level 18, so that level 3 ulti, he is doing some damage. Matumba Man as well, level 15, almost 16, with that Midas, using off cooldown, has a full Deso now, flying on a chicken. And Cole, you were talking a little bit about, like, you know, you don't see many timings. Is this the timing right here? Is this just Deso Lifestealer by itself?
It's definitely
Kind of.
solid, but I think Chaos still have to be fearful about the BKBs coming out. Slark is approaching his rapidly. Shadow Fiend, of course, yet to use his. Just the recipe to go for Nico.
But this Lifestealer will chunk the SF through BKB.
Yeah.
Can't just stand there. It's going to be hard. BKB stand there and ulti. Well, you're not damaging him. We have a quick pause by Moon.
I'd love to see a basher from it.
Yeah.
Lifestealer, next item,
Yep.
because that pretty much eliminates the SF's ability to play the game. OD can focus on the rest of the heroes, and Lifestealer, Sand King, Rubik can kind of remove SF from the fights. He still has a 10-second BKB, right?
And there is
yes.
something to be said. The one weakness of the Mineski lineup is they don't really have any true catch. Their way of starting fights is just kind of controlling the map and abusing movement, but there's no blink stunner on this squad, and it's not as if the Slark is itemizing to be that frontliner, so it will be more difficult for them to execute kills.
And they have a 4-step on Rubik and a 4-step queued up on the AA, which I talked about, the one way to break leash on Slark nowadays. And that makes it really hard for Slark to stay on targets. Arrow!
Ooh, they have to know they got to get out that scan by the Radiant. They can't miss it. Whoa, he gets solo ulted again.
That's a lot of hate.
That is 5 heroes and a Ninja Boogie ulti. Was close, only about a half second off from finding the Sand King and also the Lifestealer inside of him. Also, I do want to say Matum, man, the longest I've seen his Midas on cooldown has been 2 seconds. Let's see if he continues.
So 2 seconds too long is what you're saying?
And now yeah, waste of about 3 seconds there, but that's okay. And now we have a 2K lead still on the side of Mineski, but it feels very, very even right now, especially with the Warlock Golem down. It doesn't feel like Mineski wants to take a fight the next 2 minutes.
Slark does not scale well this game because of the OD. I just want to say that.
And the AA.
Yeah.
And Chaos, they're confident. It's just, yeah, they need to be constantly finding kills to win this game and getting the initiation, but truthfully, that's not too difficult of a task for them just because there's no true initiator on Mineski. Like, they're playing this game well.
Yeah.
Looks like they might smoke up for the bounty runes here on Chaos. No, they're leaving it in the backpack.
You're going to get to a point where you have, like, Blink, Sheep on the OD, and then you also have a stunning Sand King with a Lifestealer inside of him. You can theoretically initiate on 2 different targets, and both of them are going to get 100 to 0'd without assistance.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, this Slark matchup against OD, is if the game proceeds like it does, where OD gets real big, is actually so hard to play.
Kezu, he's looking. They want to try to find him. Raging Potato is just hiding over here in the trees, though. Good luck finding this young man.
Does have an axe. He's quite farmed.
It seems like all of them are on as we watch. They do just get farmed. I mean, it's easy to farm, right? You just arrow big creeps, arrow siege creeps. Have a good time. They're vanishing again. And oh, Raging Potato, he will just farm that up. Throw an arrow, actually, and I'm out of here. I'm actually going this way. I'm going towards your base. We'll be completely okay. Does feel like Radiant is still playing much more on the side of Dyer's, man. Dyer's side of that, pardon me. Whoa. Little early on the BKB, and they might not even get this tower now because of it. And yeah, he's going to have to TP away.
The thing is, you're against Rubik SK, so you can't really hold the BKB.
Yeah.
Like you saw last time when he held the BKB.
He'd rather cast it too early than get caught again without using it.
Mirana's going to have a Blink Dagger in 100 gold, which makes her a very elusive, split-pushing, honestly, kill threat eventually.
Yep. It's so annoying to play AA against that because you will watch a fight develop in front of you, and you won't even be looking on your hero, and then all of a sudden, there's a Mirana blinked on top of you, and you're dead.
Yep.
It also makes it a lot easier for Nico Baby to play Dota because he doesn't have to be responsible for hunting the AA.
So whose game do you think is easier right now? Does one team just have a way easier time this game, or would you say it's pretty even?
I would say on paper it's easier for Chaos, but this Mirana also kind of throws in a wrench to the equation that I'm not sure how it plays out. Like the fact that you have this 4 position that has so much split pushing prowess.
Yeah, look at that.
For setting up fights for you, because the fact that the cores on Mineski would normally have to show in lanes against a future Blink Sheep on OD.
The name of the game is going to be positioning and vision. If you get an initiation from Chaos, you're going to win the fights. Mineski, they've got to try and control areas of the map and then force engagements within them.
And we see both teams actually use their scan right there on pretty much the same exact spot.
Yep, Mineski is smoked up. Chaos did retreat to their own high ground here. They were previously on the other high ground. Good vision supplied by Nico Baby.
They're going. There's going to be a stun. Will Moon be able to get his BKB up? There's going to be a lift. There's going to be a rock coming up from Ninja. There's the BKB from Moon, and he's just going to start chunking them. Yep, they find the lifesteal as well. One more right click. It will be enough. Kezu, he needs to get out of here. Can he? He does. But this tier 2 probably going to go down eventually. But
it's really well done.
Our middle.
What happened? Nico Baby finds the enemy heroes. The rest of the squad converges. That time, Boogie was ready with the Golem. You can see the mark of a team that's prepared and together is when things go badly. They lost that fight bottom, a disaster, but they learned from it, and they're not repeating the same mistake. They're ensuring that they shore up that weakness.
I just want to say that Nico Baby is playing Slark with Mirana this game, and he didn't buy a Shadow Blade.
My man.
Not trying to.
Is that good?
He's doing his job without having to buy the item, meaning he's
Midas,
supplying
though.
the. Yeah. No, I don't mind them.
I mean he's just not using it.
I like this because if you build in this manner, right? He's got the survivability thanks to the BKB, so he doesn't need the mobility to enter fights. And since he has a defusal and phase boots, he just runs at the target, and you can't kill him because of that BKB.
Oh,
whoa.
Force stab though, this Ogre.
I'm surprised they didn't just stun into arrow there.
I just realized I haven't looked at Ogre in a while. We've got a pipe, almost a full Heaven's Halberd, Midas, Force Staff. He's just beast mode.
I like the Halberd.
Halberd can chain as well, right?
It can probably multicast, yeah. It's a targetable item on enemies.
So, man, think if you somehow get it on top of, I mean, you just want it on the OD, and then anyone else probably a bonus, Lifestealer, yeah.
That is funny though. I've never seen a Halberd Ogre, so I'm not sure if you can multicast it. Bottom lane does find the Warlock underneath his own tower. Has no golem, so it's like a kill. But to be honest, that hero, like, there's a reason why he's the one farming there and nobody else.
Yep.
Should lead to a tower though. It's like Chaos's job to kill him, and it's good that they do. But Mineski's kind of expecting that, and they're just gonna push out mid lane. Oh no, they're actually smoked. They're gonna try to fight this.
They know too. They ping behind the tower, and Matumba, man, he knows. All it takes is one arrow from a tree, one stun, and you're probably just dead.
Yeah, Slark has the Scotty queued up. Went for the 30 attack speed, 10 strength. Do get the D ward for the bounty runes.
Yep. They know where they're at. Are we running into each other right here?
The sheep.
Doesn't look like it.
It has the multiplier as well on the Sanity's Eclipse.
Dude, you can just tell Dyer is so annoyed with Raging Potato right now. Bottom lane, he's just sat there the entire last like 5-10 minutes, just clearing creep waves.
How crazy is it for him to buy a Lincoln's?
I don't think it's very
Doesn't
crazy
seem
at
very
all.
crazy.
Like, you give it to your teammates too, right, in fights? Like, you're unkillable.
Oh,
here
there we go. They're
That's
gonna
the problem, though.
find.
That was sick. VT faded. He was invis. He baited the rune.
Yep.
Rage Potato saw it, so he comes around the trees and then just immediately hexed.
Milan will end up getting that kill. Force Staff plus Blink.
Odie has to be the best hex carrier in the game by like tenfold, right?
Yes.
Like, there's really no other hero that's even
The other one I
close.
really like is Leshrac. Even though we never see it,
Why is that?
you just do so much damage. In the duration of a hex, you can kill almost anybody because there's also going to be a stun follow-up.
Yeah, that's what, 6 seconds of disable?
Almost a full Scotty up on Nico Baby, level 20 as well. Not the greatest talents at level 20 for Slark BSJ. Do you want something more impactful, or do you like the pounce?
I mean,
it feels very low for like level 20. Like on Slark, you're just like, oh.
Yeah, I mean,
Cool,
most people take the dark pack damage nowadays.
okay.
Yeah, it just makes it so you take 1 hit plus all of your dark pack to kill a creep wave.
Whoa, we are going to see a big
yeah.
fight. It actually is, well, it's going to be an OD ulti going down. Will kill that. Milan on the backside does kill Ninja Boogie. Will they be able to find Moon? Moon does have a BKB. Butterfly as well. Will he just turn around to fight? Kazu stuns in, and Moon just going to TP. See you later, KP.
Yep. It looks like Mineski's getting a little sloppy, but in reality, it's just the lack of playmaking capabilities. We've discussed this ad nauseum. Like, Chaos have so many ways of starting fights this game that if Mineski find themselves out of position or one hero becomes a straggler for a moment or two, suddenly they're on the ropes.
He is queuing up with Lincolns on the support Mirana, so he realizes that if he wants to continue doing what he's doing in this game, he has to have the Lincolns, otherwise OD just kills him over and over again. And since he is a very farm support, he's quite the pinata to pop over and over again for a OD, who has BKB done in 600 gold if he want, or 800 gold if he wants it, but also has a Shiva's that if he, I mean, Shiva's are so good against Slark SF, and it's another 25 int towards your ultimate.
Oh, we've got something going on right here. The arrow's going to hit, but it is a dark pack. Kezu will stun, won't hit, and now there's going to be the ulti from Ninja Boogie. Will go in. Ninja Boogie does end up going down. There goes Kezu as well. It is a 1-for-1. The Ogre is still dead, so it's a 3v4 fight. There's going to be the rock. It's dropped by Milan, and yeah, Nico Baby finally gets away, and this is going to be the end, looks like it. Milan does steal. He will get one more chaotic offering, right?
If he holds on to it, yes. His ultimate's 5 minutes.
You hold on to it, right?
Yeah.
Rock's pretty good.
It's okay.
Yeah. It's a decent.
It's only good if he uses it and then steals Fatal Bonds.
Yeah, immediately.
That's only when it's good, yeah.
Love that. Evasion picked up on my
the 4 times multicast on the Midas.
No.
See you later, creep wave.
Wait, really?
Yeah, he just got a
Jesus.
4x.
Whew, that's a lot of money. Has the Heaven's Halberd now as well,
Has
going
the
for the
sheep
sheep.
stick, yeah, that's a lot of disable
The
and
KP
control.
Hex is going to be the the X factor for Mineski. They need that lockdown. Yeah, sure, you killed KZU, but you could see they have so much difficulty converting on the second kill, on the third kill, because as soon as Chaos no longer wants any part of a team fight, they just run away.
It is the BKB picked up by OD. Doesn't go for the little more aggressive Shivas.
You need the BKB. Come on, guys.
Yeah, I mean, other than Golem, you have no threat.
Don't look at
He's
me.
almost level 25.
You know what I'm saying.
I've seen plenty of NAODs, not by a BKB. So, you know, not to call out
Touche.
anybody in particular.
Excuse me.
Did you say something, Kyle?
No.
Okay.
Oh,
Blink
initiation.
Hex.
It is.
Grant.
Where?
Got
We
it.
got
Nice
him.
dust. Nice
Ninja
dust
Boogie
to
goes
cover there.
down. I mean, it's a Warlock going down, 5. But we get the kill. Steals plenty of
It's
intelligence,
just like
still
a
has the
free
ulti.
kill, you know, like
yeah.
that one was absolutely free. The other one was like a 3-man gank, so that's why I meant, like, yeah, you're going to gank him, but if he's just casually feeding on the map, that doesn't exactly bode well.
And there's Chaos. He's going to blink 40. Actually sees it. Nico, baby, blown up. VT faded.
got
Will
the
get
arrow!
arrow, though. Will they be able to kill him? Yeah, Moon's doing a lot of damage. There will be the AA ulti. Won't hit on anyone, actually. And now they're just going to have to get back. Raging Potato. Level
raging.
21. He really is. They might turn it around. No.
That's why I hate playing Stark against OD, by the way. Nothing feels better than Dark Pacting the Hex and still dying in
They
2
want to
seconds.
fight. They really want to fight. There's going to be there. They actually saw him. He didn't see him on the other side. They're just going to turn around. Matama Man's inside of him. Whoa, what are you doing there? They're going to kill. It's Milan KP. Gets some ulti cast, and now they're running forward. That will be a TP out. They're going to find Kezu, though. Moon. There's going to be a raise. There's going to be 2 right clicks. Kezu's still alive, though. Has a blink up. Will he make it? He does for now. But Raging Potato is uphill, and Kezu. Nicely done.
What, did he go back for the Yols in the SF? Because if that is really...
No, he has the butterfly queuing up a Scotty.
I don't know about Scotty, guys. Actually,
I'm not
you don't
the
want
biggest fan.
you need HP. Yeah. You don't necessarily want the Satanic because you're not going to be able to use it against AA ults.
Yeah.
Scotty got buffed against range cores, so
That's
it's better
true.
against OD.
Nerf against melee, better against ranged, right?
Yeah. But it's still good against like Lifestealer just because it pierces the rage.
And they needed some, like, it's actually kind of nice as a form of catch. How do I forget? It's amazing against Lifestealer.
Yeah.
You really love having Scotty.
And Slark himself is queuing up a Lincoln's. Oh, okay, I was going to say, Scotty or Lincoln's. Like, the problem if you don't go Lincoln's is you do die like you do, but if you can kind of play off map, let the other heroes show, then you don't necessarily need that Lincoln's. It's interesting. I'm seeing what he decides, because I think both items have merit, but it's hard to stick on targets this game with all the 4 stabs if you don't go for that Scotty.
I think Scotty's great, too, because it also increases your base int by so much. These hammers are going to hit far less hard.
We saw he still gets blown up pretty damn quick by it. Yeah.
They still hit hard, but less hard.
Look,
they are
guys.
smoked up. They are smoked up on Chaos.
I mean, I'm not saying you want to get hit with the hammer, but it's better than a sledgehammer, you know what I'm saying?
That's
yeah,
true.
That is true. That's science.
You guys ever like try to nail something in with a hammer and actually hit your finger? Oh my goodness.
Does it hurt?
Oh, it hurts. It is not a meme. It will hurt a lot. Especially if it hits
Thanks
the
for
finger.
letting us know, Grant.
You're welcome. Don't hit your fingers with
Turns
a
out,
hammer.
The people viewing Dota today will learn if you hit yourself with a hammer,
It indeed hurts.
it
You know what else?
indeed
I
hurts.
also recommend don't get any splinters.
Yeah.
That is awful. It was one thing when you were a kid and your mom would do it for you, but taking out a splinter from
Yeah.
yourself is not fun.
It's not.
KP is like the man. Oh!
Oh, they will find one. That's going to be an arrow. Matuma Man.
Matuma
Oh,
Man.
no. It will be a save from VT Faded. Can the Lifestealer will have rage? Pops in immediately. There's going to be a Warlock Rock dropping down. Now they're just right-clicking Matuma Man. There will be an AA Blast flying over. Matuma Man, there's going to be the dropped. Now VT Faded. He's just unleashing on him. Moon with that Scotty trying to do it. But Kezu, he saves the stun. Moon's BKB does
Another
wear
arrow.
off. But there it is. And Matuma Man, he's going to get right-clicked down. Nico, baby, has so much agility right now. 11 plus that 6. Oh, the leap away.
Wait, how
trying
did he
to
not?
chase
He had
Kezu.
night vision. How did he not see him? Oh well.
When did he buy that blink?
He had it after the BKB.
I like, you can see the Lifestealer versus Ogre, though. That is kind of crazy. No matter how farm KP is, he just got open wounded.
And
Moon
died.
is smacking Matumba Man in the face the entire time, and he's actually going up in HP, partly due to the AC plus armor, but that 20% evasion has yet to be dealt with by either core on Mineski. It's the level 20 talent for Lifestealer, and it's underrated, I think, as a survivability tool.
Yep. It is a lot of EHP against right clicks, 25% extra to be exact. And you have the Bloodthorn queued up on SF.
Yeah.
which could be an issue.
Oh, there's going to be a stun forward. They're going to look for Moon right now. There's going to be the Sheep, and we talked about it. VT faded. Will just end up blowing the Shadow in and out. Ninja Boogie going to try to go away. Will they be able to find him? Nico Baby pops his BKB, just right click after right click. VT faded actually gets the kill on Ninja Boogie running away, but VT faded. Oh my goodness, the agility. Somebody stop him. He's so agile right now. And now he's bloodlusted. Could look for another. Oh. KheZu hits him with the right click. Blinks away. He's styling. I don't know if he meant to. Oh, that would have canceled the TB. Doesn't quite hit though.
Dude, but look at the stacks now.
Yeah. It's funny, right? You got the intelligence stacker on one side, you got the agility stacker on the other, and
then you got the strength stacker right here, baby. Let's go do some deadlifts.
All right, let's go. I can bench the bar. Almost. Actually, I can. Oh, man. No, this is... I mean, we see the OD's damage, right? You talked about it. With that Blink Sheep, you pretty much can just kill anyone on the map, almost without your ulti at this point. But unfortunately, you die, and, well, Mineski's going to just go after Roche, even without Moon. But here we go. A blast. Okay, this... You got to back out, right? No? Guess not.
Yeah. And
now they will.
You see what I mean, though, about the Midas on the Slark? BSJ.
Ooh,
yeah.
Here we go.
He does scale much.
There's going to be a stun. Oh my goodness, this might be a problem. There's going to be the force stab on the backside. Raging Potato is actually going to try to get a solo kill on the Rubik while they're doing this. And Raging Potato is just being such a nuisance. Here comes a stun and an ulti from KheZu, though, making him all solo. But Nico Baby pops that ultimate. Milan is the first one to go down, stealing more and more agility. 37.
He got the full HP, just open wounding and hitting KP 4 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, the problem with Slark now is he doesn't have the level 25 yet, so the old stacks are already fading. That 20-second nerf, honestly, is kind of impactful on the level 4 essence shift.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
What'd I do?
Impactful.
Oh, yes.
So you think
Man,
Nico
I'm good.
Baby 100% going? You go for this 80-second essence shift. It
it's
feels
just such
so
a big
good.
difference to have the 3 minutes of essence shift. It basically guarantees the next fight will be with the bonus from the previous fight.
And you can actually hit buildings if you win a team fight.
Yeah, that is true too.
There's a basher now on this Slark, so more
Mineski,
kill potential.
How much of this gold lead is just like Ogre's multicast Midases? Because KZu's got more CS, but KP's got like 4.5k more net worth.
We got a pretty late Yasha and Kai right here, actually, from the OD. But a lot of extra damage.
I would have liked a Shiva's.
Whoa, there's going to be a kill. Nico Baby, double damage.
It's
I think
out
2
now,
shots.
but that was a lot of. You had the 22 essence shift stacks plus the double damage.
Has to buy back. Is he letting the ulti rip right now? No, he's
right
saving
on the
it.
high ground.
Here we go, KheZu. He's got the lifestealer ahead of him. VT faded. Oh no, the Lincolns. There's going to be the rock drop. They're all just sitting inside of their VT fade. He's just going to go down. Here comes the A-Blast, but it won't do anything. KheZu's going to try to get out of here, and will he? Looks like he might, but Matama Man does get stunned. He will be able to hop into KheZu and make it out. No multicast there, or he might have just died.
Ags on the Rubik will be able to pick up the Bloodlust. That will be incredible for both his OD and his Lifestealer.
Once his OD's alive.
Yes. And wait, what's that buff? Do you see that on Milan?
I'm watching this fight right now, and it looks like KheZu, he might have been a little too aggressive. They wanted to maybe surprise him. Arrow's actually going to kill. KheZu has to buy back. Raging Potato, this man is just making so much space. Go on.
He has the multicast buff. I don't think it actually applies to items, but maybe it does.
But yeah, that's what I was going to say. Rubik has a multicast buff. I thought, because I was talking with Gunnar, and he told me that you couldn't multicast off
that
of
was on
stolen
specifically Morphling.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, they nerfed Morphling, but he said that the item part of it is a built-in mechanic of the passive of the old, but the other part of it is actually in the abilities.
Oh yeah, because it edits the abilities.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So like, I guess if you steal any of Ogre's abilities, you do get multicast. And I wonder if on Rubik it's like kind of bugged or like
says
like, I'm wondering if his items like if he like multicast Fade Bolt or something, you know. Probably not. I have to believe that's like kind of buggy or something, like in terms of what it tells
Grant,
you.
what do you think?
If it says it does, then it does.
It
I
does.
want to see if he multicast.
It is. Look.
Yeah, let's
would
see.
Valve
ever have a mess
would
up?
put a tooltip that wasn't accurate into the game?
No.
Come on.
No.
Ice Frog's a bit better than that, don't you?
Yes, absolutely.
My mouth is shut. Just kidding. I want to know. I'm watching him. I want to see if Fade will multicast.
That's what's amazing about Dota is so much of this game is just like there's all these weird mechanics that you just
the little interactions.
you have to just know. It's what the one thing I love about Dota is you can't fake it. Like, you can't, like, you either know it or you don't.
Yeah.
He had like
And I
a
don't know
90% chance to multicast there on Fade Bolt.
And he didn't.
So he didn't, so I have to believe it probably doesn't.
But that was only one. I think the second cast, this is the one that matters.
Yeah.
Oh, no, he's not going to. More than likely, we will say you can't. It is just a little bug.
I mean, he will be able to multicast on the stun.
Yeah, just not his other spells.
Yeah.
And right now, how do you're 15K ahead. How do you start a fight as Radiant? Are you just sitting behind someone and hoping maybe they make a mistake, or it doesn't seem like they want to go uphill by themselves yet?
I'd say you're basically letting them run into you, kind of like Chaos did up this hill in the previous fight. This Mirana has Lotus Orb at Lincoln's, and I said it's like kind of the X factor that now makes OD's job actually kind of hard.
With these arrows, Raging Potato, he's been on fire all game. Now he's got 3 of them every 10 seconds.
There's the ulti.
Yeah, he's actually so huge in this game.
And you get a stun off onto any of these cores. The angles.
Dude, it's just annoying trying to avoid 3 arrows. It really is.
I mean, it's just a pudge hook in the equivalent of like you throw out an arrow, and if you hit one, you go.
Because the real difference maker in this game is the 3-4 position from Mineski. They're the ones that actually possess most of this gold lead.
Yep.
Cores are even.
Look at this Ogre. We've seen it time and time again. This Ogre just gets super farmed, and you're just like, wow,
Yep, now
I
he's a
forgot
sheep
about
stick.
it.
And
Yeah.
suddenly Mineski have solved the big issues with the draft that they were having in the mid game, which is lack of catch, initiation, and disable. Now they have abyssals. They've got all the hexes. They're soon going to have this Bloodthorn finish on the SF. It's a much easier game for them now. All 4 bounties too.
Yep, they are just farming up the jungle right now, making sure the Dire stays in their base. They haven't picked up the bounties yet. Or they'll probably head down here soon.
You just do it at your own convenience. The way you're like playing, there's no way in hell a Chaos Hero could ever pick those up.
Ever?
I mean, if you see them gone, you're like, wait, what? Like
Our
how the hell-
bounty room.
Yeah, how did somebody get there? It would have had to be like a Sand King like blinking through the trees 5 times or something.
And Kezu is going for the Solar Crest 1,000 away. Arrow has hit him once. He has to actually get out of the Sandstorm. It would hit him again. And you see it, Mineski. They're patient. Just waiting it out. OD. Going for the Shivas next. Oh, Arrow is going to hit. That's a 5-second arrow. They might want to try to bait something out. Doesn't look like they will, though. They're just going to chill. Maybe push in bottom. There's going to be the Glyph. How fast is Moon attacking right now? Every 0.41 seconds. There's going to be another arrows. Just so scary. You never know. One just hits on one person. It's all it takes. And there's going to be a move forward. They will get the stun, but the 4-staff out. And now there will be a Glare Cape. Nico, baby, instantly pops his BKB. There's going to be the Sheep multicast. And down goes the Sand King first. They throw out the Fatal Bonds and the Rock. Doesn't look like they'll get many more heroes, but they will get a full set of racks. And arrows, they avoid them. But there's a blink for it, and Misery will get saved for now. And uh-oh, there's going to be the Bloodthorn actually going on. And Lifestealer going to be taking so much damage. Misery is still alive. VT Faded gets bashed by Nico, baby, and the agility is just stacking up right now. This is starting to not look very good for Chaos as they're staying in their ways. And look at this, there's going to be a Sheep. Will they just be able to kill him out of base? He just fought back, and he just died. There's going to be an Abyssal Blade, and oh my goodness, Matumba, man, he's going to go down as well. He is just getting right-clicked time after time again. GG is going to get called. We have buybacks. Doesn't look like anyone will get a Rampage. Moon. Oh my goodness, he almost goes down, but the GGs have been called. And Mineski,
Dude.
they 2-0 it, but it was a little bit scary there for about 10 to 15 minutes from Chaos. They made some plays as you wanted, right, with that Sand King Lifestealer bomb, the VT Faded Blink Dagger a few times, but not enough.
It just, game went late enough that you felt the weakness of the Chaos draft was the team fight. It's not there. They can find kills, and they did that quite well throughout the mid-game, but then it breaks down to, okay, you got a 5-on-5, spells everywhere. You can't – you did what you wanted to, but the force out on the SF, and then all of a sudden, I think there was like the Hex, the Halberd, the Rock, Slark going in. There's just nothing you can do.
Honestly, just really good itemization by Mineski. Like every problem you said with their draft, or like any weakness they had as the game went on. Like you can build catch and initiation and utility. You can't build team fight.
Yep.
You just can't really yeah, you can build auras, but you know what I mean. Like you can't.
It's not the same.
There's no item that's ever going to equate to a Warlock Golem. Like it's never going to happen. And so even though they had this OD Hex, like I really feel like it's impossible to play Slark against Blink Hex OD. But I said I didn't really know for sure. The X Factor, this Mirana, she's a 4.
Oh, yeah.
She has a Lotus Lincolns.
Yeah.
She builds these farm items, and then in fights, you just have 2 items you can put on the Slark that actually makes his game playable. Usually on Slark, you have to buy Lincolns against that. But the fact that you don't have to and you have it built into support is just huge.
And I just like that he demonstrates the understanding of the hero. It just
Yeah.
in comparison to aces, just items. It's not items. Not how do I put it? They kind of show a player's read on the game.
Yeah, they do.
And Ace was trying to play this pick-off style, really low HP, higher damage.
Against an Axe, who's the same thing as OD, where you're going to die in 2
exactly.
seconds.
This Slark, you go for the BKB second item. Okay.
Blink
Midas
dagger.
Diffusal, BKB, into the Blink. Now just raw survivability with the Scotty. And it's excellent to stick on top of these heroes like OD and Lifestealer when they pop their BKBs or Rages. And it's just quite nice. And the Ogre pick, once again, paying dividends. It's bully in the lane, a beast in the late game.
Yeah, I don't know. I just love the way they play in terms of Raging Potato actually knew his team needed a hero to show in lanes.
Yes.
As Slark, I'm telling you, the one problem you have is you have to push lanes against OD, and he has a Blink Hex.
Yep.
And instead, you have a Mirana that's doing it. And then it's just perfect understanding. It's like you push lanes, and then you build items that make your team's easier job to play in team fights. And it shows that's why. It is not a fluke that as the game goes on, their lineup just looks cleaner and more well-rounded and easier to play.
All right.
Kind of stuff.
Is that the best?
So, yep.
Before we go to break, I'm going to ask you to make a bold statement. Will Mineski make the upper bracket?
Yes.
I think so, based on that series and the limited amount of time I watched them.
Okay. They're probably happy about that. But if you didn't know, we have one more series. You thought we were done. A psych, gotcha. We have one more series after this. We are going to take a quick break. Get your bathroom on, get your drink on, and make sure to come back in a couple of minutes because we'll be here, and we want to see your lovely faces, so stick around, my friends.